Hi, everybody. I'm boomerang already. Hold on, I'm boomerang. Sorry, folks. Yo! Hi, everybody. What's today's date? It is a Wednesday. It is July. It is 17, the year of our Lord, 2024. I am Brune, and I hope you're all doing better than I. 6.5 hours to put this show together. What a nightmare. But I'll do it for you guys. So let's do this. Great to see you, everybody. Let's get those guests out. Okay, so first up, it is Darth of the Kiplin. Yes.
Hello, Brown. Good evening.
Yeah. Hello.
Good evening to the chat as well. Good evening to those good friends of ours.
Are you well?
Feeling considerably depressed after suffering through this terrible TV show. But luckily, just the other day, I had a visit from, buxom delivery girl with a most peculiar contraption. A thermal detonator shaped tin, no less. Now, one might expect.
Just rambling.
Something explosive. But
Jesus.
nestled within this metallic marvel were a bounty of delectable treats. Luscious chocolate lumps. Rich and moist. Bent her right over. Well, I was in a dripping secret.
Are you having a
center of the
stroke
most
out of interest? Which
delightful
is
liquor.
never.
Well,
Sorry.
quite an orthodox presentation, wouldn't you agree, Brown? But that was technically left quite like fruity baubles. It's all that Acolyte bollocks. Touch of boozy indulgence playing off. Precisely what the doctor ordered. Anyway, the sight of it sent poor Admiral Piet scrambling for cover. How we both laughed. Shoved it right up her exhaust port. At least those stressful galactic matters seem a little less taxing now. Yes, I'm afraid Lord Kipling was very, very drunk.
Oh, very good. I saw what you did there. Very, very, very creaky.
Yes, Dad. Would you like one? They're awfully good remedy.
Are they Moorish?
Putting you through this show. It
Anyway,
does help the onset of the dark side.
You've had 3 minutes. That's far too long for one guest, but you're worth it. Shall we get on with it, my friend?
Well, even under the Empire's rule, there's room for one more. Bring them forth, Brown.
Yes! Okay, let's see who we've got. It's great to have you, mate. Okay, so, look who it is. Look who it is, folks. We are unworthy of this individual. It is Master Niyat.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. How are we doing?
Or in your case, how's the future?
It's going well, thank you.
You sure about that? That wasn't a trick question. Are you sure about that?
Well, I'm not entirely sure.
Packing in with the Ruin's doing his best to put me off. How's the channel going, my friend? It's going well, yes?
Yeah, it's going well. Just working on the next video.
And how are the any more vacations to Ladyboy Central?
No, but I'm heading to the US in 2 months for a wedding, so that should be fun.
You be safe out there.
I will. Yeah.
A little disconcerting how sober he sounds, Brown.
I've got a whiskey and an espresso martini ready, so that'll change shortly.
Local time?
7:14 a.m.
Oh, get in. Get in. Get in. It is great to have you on, my friend. Shall we get the next guest out?
Great to be on.
Ruin, I'm gonna twat you. Okay. Reach around, droid of choice, etc. Uncle Owen, bumming, lube, all that stuff. It is Zee-ThreePIO.
Yeah.
Hello, Z.
180 million. 180 million. 180 million US dollars. That's how much this series cost. Where did it go, lesbian headlamps? Where did it go?
Catering.
Hello. It is I,
Hi.
Z,
Of the 3PO.
of the 3POs. No relation. Similar life experiences.
Here you go. Internet help desk. I'm sure he has these queued up on his clipboard. It's a lot of dollar. Wah. Are you well, Z?
I am, yes.
It's going to be a long show tonight. I can feel it in my bones. But anyway, okay. It's great to have you on, mate. Should we get the next?
Let's do it. Do it. Do it.
Okay. Well, look who it is, folks. We see the good inside our next guest. It is the Dark Sith Lord Jord. Little Platoon. Hello, stranger. Hello.
How are you?
And your mic.
Hello.
Are you in a different room?
No.
Okay. Can't hear you. Sounds like
Hold on.
laptop microphone.
Is this better? Have I
No. Do you want to let yourself off, have a play about, and come back on?
Yeah, you sound like you're in Swapper's loft.
Yes. Are you his gimp?
He wishes.
Okay. Just amuse yourself, folks. We'll wait. Weather's been rubbish and blighty, hasn't it, Z?
That's why I'm constantly getting drug blown.
It's certainly been wet.
Is this?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Jesus. All right, Lord. You all right?
I take it that's a no.
That's
There we
perfect.
go.
that sounds much
Perfect.
better.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's better. Okay,
Yes.
that's StreamYard's being retarded. That's not my fault.
How are you?
I am tired as fuck, but I'm good to be here.
When are you never tired as food?
Yeah. I won't be once the Acolyte's done. Yay. It's nearly there. We've nearly finished. I only have
How
to
much
go away
alcohol have
after
you-
this and then do a whole script for the entire episode, so that'll be fun.
Ooh.
How much drink have you imbibed trying to suffer this
None
entire
yet.
show?
It will be imbibed over the course of this stream. It's sitting next to me right now.
Okay. It's great to have you on, Lord.
Good to be back.
Yes, it's good to have you. Shall we get the next peep out?
Nah.
Right. Good night, everybody. Platoon messed it up. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. Look who's back, everybody. Oh, these roasts have not been the same without this said gentleman. Not Brian.
Good evening, Hebron.
Hello there.
Good evening to the chat.
How are you?
Good evening to the fellow guests. Now, in the name of the Lord, are we all?
Not bad. Are you?
Not too bad after a bit of an up
There you
and
go.
down holiday there. Well, it's good to get the first interruption is away. The first interruption is away there. I see the energy is a bit fucked in this stream already. We're only
Yeah, it's
fucking
Platoon's
10
fault,
minutes
don't worry.
I blame the alcohol.
in. Or the lack thereof, swappers.
Beg your pardon. My ears are kind of. My tight sinuses have been blocked up with liqueur for the last 3 days. I couldn't quite hear what you said, my good friend.
Shall we get the next guest out? if
On
there is
10
one?
minutes. This is going well, folks. Be patient. Be patient. This is how bad this episode was. Be patient, folks. There you go. Question of the evening from MDuke84. Wrenched. Where's Ruin? Anybody know where he is? Anybody?
You're off ruining franchises somewhere, I think.
Okay. Here you go. Look. Tom. Ruin will say.
La 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 la. Ooh. Wednesday night and the lights are low, looking out for the Acolyte show. With the lesbian witches rewriting the past, you're in the mood for a blast. And with a diverse cast, you are the dancing queef. Smells like beef with a hint of cheese. Dancing queef, feel the creak from old Brownie's chair. Oh yeah, if you're white and if you're male, you won't have the time of your life. Oh, on Disney Plus, they're not too fussed. Dig in the dancing queef. Hello, man babies. We're back. We're back. I'm on my 4th rum and coke doubles, and I believe we're talking about the Acolyte again. Oh, good God. Anyway,
You're on
this
your
is it.
fourth one
We've
before
reached
the
the
stream
end of the
started.
road in more ways than one.
It's called commitment, please.
He's so pissed he didn't even hear what you said, Bob.
I
No.
think I might just upend my half bottle of Johnny Walker directly into my coffee, and then I'll catch up.
Directly into your eyeball like a pro.
That's
Yes.
what I was doing last night while watching the episode.
Get some bleach in the eyeballs while you're at it. It might help when they're watching the Acolyte. Oh, this should be fun. Brownie, look, we're 20 minutes in. We've got a lot to get through. Will you do all the legal disclaimers so you don't get sued in the future, and then we can get this shit show on the road? How about that?
Okay.
Ooh, face.
Please like, share, subscribe. Please leave a comment afterwards and thumbs up. Very, very important for the algorithm, folks. Please, please. That's the one thing I need you to do, folks. Okay. Donate if you're feeling generous. Chair fund, all that bollocks. Z, are you ready for the Z cap?
Always.
Here we go then.
Repeat viewing. Last week we rewatched episode 3 from a slightly different camera angle and found out a couple of new things that completely justify the death of a cult of 50 lesbian space witches at the hands of the Jedi. Meanwhile, Jedi Master Carpet Nosher and her faithful idiot Mog are hot on the trail of Jedi Master Sol and renegade twin May, unaware that former Padawan Osha is getting seduced by Smilo Ren's manpiece and very little else. Now they all speed towards their destiny on Brendok, the planet where it all began. Will the twins join the dark side of the Force, or will we all be face-palming at the never-ending fountain of stupidity that is Leslie Headland? Let the thread decide.
There we go. We're off.
Brilliant.
We're off. We're out the blocks. I can't wait for this one. Okay, well, there is one more proceeding for us to make sure we cover off. Drinking game, and God knows we're going to need it because I'm halfway through a brand new bottle of rum tonight.
Jeez.
So let's start from the bottom up, as Hugh Edwards likes to say. Brownie, what's your trigger for a drink this evening?
Okay. Every time there was copious amounts of, is it exposition?
Mm,
Yeah. It was
okay.
bad.
Good shout. Z, straight back to you. What would you like to set up as our drinking cue?
Well, when technology does something stupid.
Ooh, Does that include Platoon's mic, or are we just talking the Acolyte?
Oh, no. Just contained within the episode. Thank you very much.
Okay. Master Niyat.
Yeah,
You're
let's
drinking you.
drink every time Saul is gaslit into thinking he did anything wrong.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. Very good. Okay. We may have to go raid the old folks' drinking cabinets tonight. Kippers, you got a drinking game submission for us?
Yes, every time I sober up.
Oh.
Very,
Might not happen.
very.
I don't know. Maybe around midnight. Brian, back from La France. Have you got a drinking game submission?
Every time there's an edit that makes you go, what the fuck happened there?
Yeah, I remember the opening credits came in at a rather unusual point, but I'm sure there's more. Very good. Plutes, I gave you lots of thinking time tonight, so you better have something good for me.
Take a sip every time we change to a new scene, and down your drink every time there is a hastily added key jangling moment with a character who really shouldn't be defiled by association with this show.
Jesus.
Excellent. Okay, and we do need to nominate a drinks master to keep track on all this. A responsible adult from the man babies in the chat, and hello to all the man babies. We've got a good lineup tonight. Brownie, I normally ask you, but I'm going off you. Brian, as your new back, who'd you nominate from the chat to be our drinks master? To keep an eye on things.
Can I nominate the new gentleman with a nice avatar? His name is Phil, the aspiring boys under 16 football coach.
Is that someone in the chat, or is this
Yes.
strange dream while you're on holiday? Okay, Phil.
He started because he says drink every time Saul looks confused. So I think he has the chops for this.
Oh yeah, here he is. Yep, there we go. I think he was on last week under a slightly different name.
Yeah,
Phil,
it was on Sunday as well.
It was. Oh wow, Phil, you're up. You're up tonight. Keep us honest, will you, Phil? Because we are a bunch of drunkards. Right, we better get on with this, Brown, hadn't we? Okay, this is the finale, folks. This is the one you've all been waiting for. We've got through 8 weeks of this shit to get to this point, and we're off. Lucasfilm logo. OSHA breathing heavily. And we get some unsettling music, and I'm going straight over to Z. Z, set us up, will you, with some unsettling music?
Do you know what, Ruin? Do you know what that's off?
Yes, I do.
Go on then.
It's
Sure.
the soundtrack to the Spice Girls movie, I believe.
Nearly.
Running around London.
Yeah, nearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want another go?
If it's not the Spice Girls. It must be the theme tune from the new. Wait for it. The theme tune from the new Time Bandits movie featuring Zero Dwarf.
Was close enough.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, anyway, get there in the end. Very good. Okay.
Unsettling music. I was going to go for Every Loser Wins by Nick Berry from the 1980s.
I love that song, Brian.
Or Two Little Boys by Rolf Harris.
Oh, God.
And there goes the monetization, folks. Thank you very much. Look at this fucking thing. Sorry, bro.
Oh, shit. I even said Ahsoka. Drink for me, folks. Oh, shit. Gasps.
She looks like
Jeez.
me when I put my dad's crash helmet on when I was 12. Ridiculously oversized.
Yes, it is, isn't it? So yeah, we left off last week, didn't we? She was trying the old helmet on.
No, that was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
That was 2 weeks ago. Oh, we had the flashback
Yeah.
last week, of course.
Yeah.
Can't keep up with this shit, can we? Master Niyat, let's bring you in because I'm sure you've still got some semblance of sobriety about you. So ignore last week's bullshit, flashback nonsense. Take us back 2 weeks ago. Where did we leave it and what was going on? Why the hell she got this helmet on?
Well, Osha's being thirst trapped by Khmer throughout the entire episode. He's naked, he's seducing her, and it seems to have worked because she put the helmet on, and now she's she's having a bit of a hard time. Something malevolent stirring within her, perhaps.
Just to very briefly, the premise of this helmet, not only is it made of cortosis, it is a sensory deprivation helmet, even though it has eye slits and you can hear through it, so it's not. Also, the point and purpose of it is that it stops anyone reading your mind from the outside because it blocks the force, except here where it doesn't do that because fuck it.
Yeah, they're playing loose and fast with the rules. That's the Disney way, isn't it? And his eyes go slightly blackened over here. I mean, maybe Swappers being a proponent of the dark side. What's going on here, Swappers, with the old black eyeballs?
The mic, Billy, it usually means you've shat yourself.
Well, that's it's going to make for an awkward romantic scene later on, but never mind. Brownie, when you were in the theatre with your tutor and he slipped his hands down your pants.
By God, you're coming in early with that.
I know, we're going. I told you.
You're coming in hot, everybody.
Is that what you said to your tutor at the time?
Good to be back, love.
Oh,
amazing.
Apparently you gave out a grunt. What did that grunt sound like, Brown? Because we could probably use it here. Okay, and apparently you also inhaled sharply when he slipped the old finger in.
You mean you don't?
Well, I want you to give me the sound effects, man. Don't argue. Oh, okay, it was underwhelming. Oh, and there's Brownie's face. I hope everyone's kept up with the canon who's joined us tonight. We've got a few newbies in there. They'll wonder what the hell we're going on.
Hi, everybody.
So the mask's off, and she had a vision. Brian, we're not seeing you for a few weeks, Brian. It's good to have you back. Have you kept up to speed with this ship, Brian?
I've tentatively watched the episodes. I haven't given it the same level of scrutiny that I would normally, because I was on holiday, and the other reason was I'm so fucking bored with this series. It's quite unbelievable. And the more boring and the more shit it is, the harder I find it to stay focused and critique it.
It's amazing how you replace one amount of shit with something else. Moving on.
And where did Khmer go? If she was having a false vision about her sister, why couldn't he view that? Why did he go somewhere completely different?
Wait for a ham shank, possibly.
Yeah.
What I'm confused about is the fact that she doesn't see May. She sees herself, because the person she's seeing is, basically Osha wearing the same clothes she's wearing now. So I have no idea why she's assuming it's Osha. She's assuming it's May when it's clearly herself.
I think that's meant to be. Well, she should know that, yeah. But I mean, it's meant to set up it's the final misdirect beat, because the revelation that they are actually the same person, even though they're not actually the same person. But the show briefly decides that they are the same person, because that's when it needs to happen. So this is the last time we get anything which is supposed to fuck around with our conception of who these people are. It doesn't make any difference really, because neither of them are characters. But she thinks it's May, and it's actually her. She just doesn't know it's actually her yet because she hasn't flipped.
Sure.
There's been a rather serious accusation in the chat. Sorry to bring the tone down so early on, but I do need to address this. Okay. Common People says this is the greatest ASMR panel ever assembled. So, going from the bottom up, we've got a line on the screen. Don't worry, Brown, we're not going to bog it down. Don't worry, it's only a brief one. We're just going to go from Brownie to Zee to Niyat to Kippers to Brian, and obviously to the master of ASMR, Ploots,
Oh, yes.
Give me your best ASMR line. Don't over egg it, Brown. Just do the goddamn line. Okay, go, Brown.
Are you sitting comfortably? And I'll begin. Go on.
God, I'm waiting for you to read the goddamn line.
Oh.
You fucking twat.
She had a saber in her hand.
Okay, not bad. Z?
She gripped his throbbing saber tightly in her hands
Oh,
and
Z's gone off
squeezed
script.
so gently. Oh, so yes, I have gone off script. Sorry.
I like it. Improv. Master Niyat.
Ah, yeah. She had his Liam Neeson dong in her hand.
Ooh. Kippers? I don't know. Kipper's going to do this with the old Palpatine voice, so this could be interesting.
Yes. She wrapped both her eager hands around his girthy saber.
Brian?
She felt the shaft of his saber, and it immediately went off in her hand.
And finally, the king of the ASMR. It's over to you, Ploots.
She wrapped both her hands around his elegant weapon from a more civilized age and turned it on.
There
It
we
was
go,
warm
folks.
and it was buzzing.
He
and she
hasn't
put it
finished.
delicately into her mouth, and it killed her because it's actually a lightsaber, and it stabbed her through the back of her spine.
Yeah, but it's a flesh wound now.
And then she woke up in hospital
Yeah.
and said, "I'm fine."
She does every episode.
There you go, folks. There you go, chat. There's some
There you
audio porn for you early doors there.
Oh, yes.
Okay, good work on the ASMR. Okay, so the tete-a-tete continues. She had a vision.
Can we just
And-
briefly pause to appreciate that the show has had 8 episodes. This is the final of 8 episodes.
Yes.
And it got to a point where it had no fucking
Amazing.
idea what to do next. And so it thought, sod it, we'll see the future. And this fucker, who has no discernible motive whatsoever, who went from, I want you, May, to kill Jedi without a weapon, to, well, you're going to betray me, May, so I'm going to kill you, to, I'm not going to kill you because I want to talk to the Jedi for a bit. And now he's like, well, how about we have a race to find her? It's like, I don't, there's no point even trying to work out what any of these people really want. They don't want anything. It's just whatever the script needs them to want.
Yeah, character motivations seem to have swayed with the wind. Yeah, it all seems a little bit bizarre, and it's hard to keep up with. But yes, you're right to call it out, Ploots. Obi Stonks Kenobi in the chat says, you don't get these kind of Liam Neeson dong and queef gags on Film Threat. What's Film Threat, anybody? Is that a YouTube channel?
Yes.
Yeah, a good one?
It's got a fair few subscribers, yeah. Chris Gore,
okay.
yeah. Frank Gore,
Okay.
yeah. They're kind of roasting it or doing something with it.
Oh,
We're streaming against them.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Someone, we need a brave soldier from the chat to go over to Film Threat and tell them how much of a good time we're having over here. Who'd you nominate, Brown? Which brave soldier do you want to send on a suicide mission?
Chat, who's subscribed to Film Thread? Who's subscribed to Film Thread?
Oh, this is the Star Wars funeral. You're not going to get people out of that.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, they've only got 3.7k viewers.
Oh, yeah, but they don't vet them like we do. They let anyone in.
Yeah, but the cool kids are here, you know. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, they'll all come flooding back when we do the queef gag in about 40 minutes time. Okay.
This channel is the best worst kept secret, I think.
Yeah, go on, Fiona. Go on. 10 minutes. See you in 10 minutes.
Fiona, we're sending Fiona, everyone.
Yeah, go on.
Fiona's going. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, back to this shit. I know it's hard to keep concentrated when you're seeing double. Okay, yeah, I remember this now. I think I woke up at this point. We're about to segue into some kind of space chase bullshit, aren't we? Z, maybe you could fill me in on what I missed because I slept through the opening. How do we end up in some kind of spaceship chasey thingy, Bob?
When?
In
I
the
think you jump in
preceding minutes.
In the preceding minutes?
Yeah, so she's referring here, saying, "What ship? I'm taking mine," and then they end
Yeah,
up
they've
in a
got one ship.
spaceship. Yeah.
Yes.
So what was the whole space chase thing over? That's what I'm getting at. See.
You know what? It had so little effect on me. I've completely forgotten.
The space chase is the later bit, right? That's with May
Oh,
and Squid Game
yeah.
on the ship. So this bit is when Osha's like, I've seen the future because the plot needs to move along. I'm gonna go and stop May from killing Squid Game. And Kaimir, who wants to kill Squid Game, says, "Fine, I'll take you there," basically for no fucking reason. And whoever finds her first can have their way with her or something. So they go on the same ship to get to Brendok, which I said they were going to do anyway. The space chase happens after because, well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Anyway.
Didn't she only get her connection back to the Force only a few episodes ago?
Yeah, and I was
now
like,
she can
I was wondering
force-
whether we'd ever get any explanation as to how and why that happened. No, it's just that she needed it back at that point, so she got it. That's it. That's literally all we're going to get.
Oh, great. Sabina
I hate
was
the
the explanation.
I hate the idea of having the Force back or losing the Force. It's, you fucking got it, you haven't. It's such a bullshit little scriptoid.
They treat it like riding a bike, like something that you never forget.
It should be, yeah, it should be. It should be like trying to set up your audio in the computer 3 weeks after you've done it and you can't remember how the fuck it went together. You're over 40. Brendok.
Okay, so we're back with Sol
Oh,
and his sex slave. And what's he trying to achieve here? Plutz, you seem to have a handle on things. What's he trying to get out of this trussed up slave of his?
Yeah,
Black
so
slave,
at
no
the
less.
end of episode 6, he rather kinkily managed to shackle May to a bed to have his merry Jedi way with her. And he said that, he's had 16 years to think about what he was going to tell her. And then we were interrupted, as we always are when a character says, "I've got something to tell you." Something always happens to stop them doing it. In the case of episode 6, it was the end credits, so we never got it. And here we are still, and he still hasn't told her what he's been planning to say to her for the last 16 years. He's about to tell her what it is, and then he will be interrupted once again because he left the pip droid in her pocket, which she uses to stun him and get out of the cuffs. And then, even though she was trying to kill him the last time we saw them, and then she decided she wasn't trying to kill him the last time we saw them, this time she decides that she wants to run away from him in order that she can try and kill him again when they land on the planet, because that makes a huge amount of sense.
And originally they were on Brendok. Then he hyperspaced to this location to have a chat, and now he's going back to Brendok. It's a completely pointless journey.
Well, they have to have some different scenery going on, don't they? I've got a factoid for you here, folks. You know the thing that which sister is this? This is May, is it?
Yes.
May or...
yes.
Yeah. So do you know what that thing's called that she's laid on there?
Bondage table.
Oh, well, you're close, see. The official Wikipedia definition, courtesy of our friend Ruin Bronson in the chat, it's called the Old Schofield Sun Lounger. There we go. So you learn something every day with this channel. There is a virgins on this planet.
There is a virgins on this planet, Daniel, sir.
Like, you're going to miss this, aren't you, Brown, when he dies in a bit shortly?
Oh, spoilers, by the way.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers, everybody. I think Ruin fucked it then.
Oh, no one cares.
No.
And in case you didn't catch the line in the previous scene, it's repeated in the next scene. Unless that's a follow over.
Probably me. That's Pip. Bad Pip, everybody.
Evil Pip.
Yeah.
That somehow knows how to undo handcuffs. You'd
And
think
Pip
he
can
would have
just do
taken it over.
literally anything the script needs. It's the same thing with every character. Pip can do anything the script needs him to do. He's very useful. This bit of dialogue also makes no fucking sense whatsoever, but then it's the Acolyte, so of course. But the last flashback episode we got, obviously you had the Jedi on the planet researching this Force Vergence. They got the blood tests from both twins, and the blood tests proved to them that they had been created using a Force Vergence. But then the episode decided that that wasn't proof that there was a Force Vergence, even though that's how they concluded there was one. And it's decided instead that they need both actual twins alive to take them back to the Jedi Council to prove it, even though they could have just mailed them the blood test to prove it. And then rather than taking her to Coruscant to prove it, he deactivated his transponder so no one could track him in order to fly to Brendok, where he can turn the transponder back on so the Jedi can come and find them. I mean, it's like, this is why that I'm not, well, I kind of am and am not looking forward to scripting the video for this one, because it could go for days at this point. There's so much wrong with this episode.
Why do they need to bring them in person? Can they not just take a little photograph or something?
Well, that's why I said send them the blood test. The blood test is the thing that proved to them that they had stupidly high midichlorian counts and that their symbionts were the same, even though that makes no fucking sense because they are symbionts, but never mind. But they could have just, that's the thing that Qui-Gon did with Anakin, is he just, pinged it over to Obi-Wan and he ran the test on the computer. And it's how the Jedi in Episode 7 proved to themselves that they were made using a Vergence. They don't actually need the twins at all. It's just that the show kind of forgot, so they do now.
What happened to the old thing of, the council actually believing what the Jedi fucking tell them? When did it become so untrustworthy?
Good question.
Why would
Leslie
they need proof?
Headland started writing this shit, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Brian, while we've got you, getting a few of the submissions for the table that May's on, would you read this one out, please, from Phil?
Phil, the aspiring boys under 16 football coach, says the Rolf Harris hammock.
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, well, she is in the Rolf Harris hammock. So, call me drunk or call me confused or possibly
You're
both.
pissed, aren't you?
What's his aim here? What's he doing with May? Is he taking her back to be before the Jedi Council, or I don't know? What's he doing? Is some kind of sex slave? What's he doing with her? Anyone?
I think because she's horribly dangerous and killed his entire squad, probably best to keep her in cuffs. I would.
A few other submissions coming in. Amber Sidaway, the Sidders, says the Weinstein wing chair. We like that one. Also, the Jimmy Savile medical bed. we need some Lego Star Wars sets for this particular set. The Savile chaise lounge. Very nice. And I did see one other. The Joseph Fritzl futon.
Oh my god!
God, they're on form tonight, Brown. We could be in for a good one.
Channel 9, but never mind.
Oh god. Okay.
Ruin, to answer your question, I feel like they're trying to frame. There's a dichotomy going on between the relationship between Saul and May and Osha and Kamir. They're painting the Sith in an empathetic light where Kamir is not restrained Osha. He's trying to seduce her. He's being quite gentle with her, even when she tells him that she's seen a flash of the future. And instead of forcing her to tell him exactly where May is, he's sort of going along with this ride. Whereas with Saul, he's framed in this negative light. He's restrained May. He's had every opportunity to sort of reveal the truth and what he knows about what happened. But the show continues trying to paint him as the bad guy when everything he's doing, like from episode 3 to the flashback in episode 7, he's been completely justified. And as Z said, he's justified in restraining her because she's killed multiple Jedi Masters. So I don't understand why the show's trying to do this.
Well, there's many times when the show leaves you scratching your chin. Oh, you got rid of my favourites from Channel Newbie, Nissan Dong, who suggests it should be called the Hugh Edwards Prostate Table. Jesus. It doesn't make any sense, but I love it. Thanks, Nissan. Okay, well, look, as the plots leaves us slightly bewildered, we move on, and this kind of boring chat still goes on. I'm going to ask Z, because Z's a man of discerning taste. Z, this is the last episode. We expect a bit of momentum, a bit of action, dare I say, a bit of a, going out with a bang. Why is it so fucking slow and boring, Z? Can you answer that?
I don't know. We were promised Frozen meets Kill Bill. What we got was a middle-aged lesbian soft-porn fanfic about an innocent girl falling for a bad boy. I don't know if you remember, back in May, there was an article about Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy saying she told her, you've written a great Star Wars show.
Yes.
Now go write a Leslie Headland show. Fuck me. I wish you'd kept with the Star Wars show.
It's the Leslie Headland show because you have the scene right near the end where Green Bean basically gives the defense of Leslie Headland. So this was a really kind, decent, honorable man who did a bad thing. It was tragic.
Oh.
Yes, that's I'm sure what you would say at the witness stand as well.
Gavin says this stream is a tad risque. Is it?
When is
Barely
it?
started.
Being any more risque than normal? I don't know,
No, I don't
Gavin.
think so.
Gavin's not drunk enough tonight. I don't think.
How many fucking times during this entire series does Saul say, may start the fire? Fucking hell. See if we took a drink every time we did that, we'd have new livers, transplants being sorted.
Is it too late to add that rule? That's a really good one. I like that one. This is the bit where he's going to say, "I have something to tell you," and then gets interrupted.
Yeah.
Someone in this
Again.
case, she just jabs him and stuns him with Pip. For fuck's sake! But I can't work out really what the show was trying to go for here, because as has been pointed out several times, Saul did nothing wrong at any point, and the only way the show can kind of get away with pretending that he did is that it doesn't have him just tell everyone overtly what happened. If she says, "You murdered my mother," and his instinctive response should be, "Yeah, because she jump scared me as a smoke demon and tried to dissolve you in a cloud of evil. What did you expect me to do in that situation? I was trying to protect you." And then, yes, you did actually lock everybody into the fortress and you did set fire to the whole fucking thing. So I've done nothing wrong here. And that's also what he should have told the Jedi, because episode 7, they have this moment where they have to orchestrate this cover-up because of what happened, but there's no reason for the cover-up. They could just tell the council the truth, because they were completely justified in everything they did based on the information that they had. They were stupid not to have mind-read people to get more information, not to have knocked on the front door as opposed to hacking their way in. That was dumb, but everything they knew about the witches was completely justified, and the show just has them think that it isn't, in order that this kind of thing can happen. Oh no, the beaver, fuck it.
Two drinks, please, because Pip is a lockpick and then suddenly turns into a taser for reasons.
Yeah, Pip is becoming a bit of a plot device, isn't it? Whenever the plot needs him to fucking do something, he's able to do it.
Lola from the Obi-Wan series, it just does whatever the plot requires it to.
Yeah.
To your point, Platoon, everybody has a problem with taking responsibility for their actions, from May to Venestra. The only person who admits that they've done something wrong, even when they didn't, is Saul, and he's killed for it. It's so bizarre.
Good observation.
It's the idea of I hate to say this, I think this is a female thing, but it's the idea that the ladies feel aggrieved, therefore wrong has been done. Whether wrong has actually been done is clearly up for debate.
Hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn.
Like a false twin scorned.
Could we get our friend Darth Kippers to read this out? Because I do think this is a fabulous submission from the Internet Help Desk, and I think only Kippers could do this justice.
Yeah, maybe I could. Internet Help Desk registered for 0 galactic £8 says the self-insert is the problem. When they put themselves in the skillet and it turns out to be terrible, any criticism of it becomes a personal criticism of them personally. It's missing fans.
Brilliant.
I love the way you got angry there towards the end of that. It was brilliant. Yes, very
agree with
good.
this.
Very
Yeah,
good
look,
submission. Yeah, Kip is
You're
wasted.
fucking wasted on this channel, I'll tell you that now.
I don't know if we got a member berry drink, but we should have a member berry drink because she's about to get an escape pod, is she? Or
Yeah.
escape
She
No,
calls
it's-
it an escape ship.
Yeah, it's another ship. So
another
and
ship.
but the problem is the ship she's about to get into has no hyperdrive, and so the only place she can go is down to Brendok, where Squid Game was taking her anyway. So this entire thing happens for no fucking reason. It's literally just there to pad out the runtime with something approaching action. But they end up in the same place, which is where they were always going. There was no reason for her to do this. And the only way that they do end up on Brendok is because Squid Game goes seemingly to shoot her, and Basil the fucking beaver suddenly beavers his way into the script and just destroys the ship for no reason. Like he has no. I don't understand what Basil's in the show for.
Yeah, I
He has
don't
no
understand
motive.
that, yeah.
He just sort of hops around doing shit for fucking reasons.
And Saul doesn't confront him. Saul doesn't confront him for what he did. There's no conversation had afterwards, as if with him saying, "Basil, why did you do that?" It just the story just continues. Everybody just forgets about that.
There's no recognition of what just happened. This beaver has just sabotaged you, and by the way, ensured that Squid Game dies because Basil the beaver is the reason that all these things happen after this point. So moral culpability is on the beaver, which is great.
As it
This
is
is-
always.
It's like Jar Jar forming the Empire, isn't it?
We're just going to gloss over the "See you in hell" line ripped from Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
yeah.
good shout. Where was it? Have we gone? Have we missed it still? Let's see.
Come back.
Oh,
Another
there you go. We're on it. Yeah, good spot. That
drink, everybody. I
I'd
remember.
say
Wish we didn't.
Han Solo line, if I remember right, in my drunken state. Is that right,
Yes.
Brian? Yeah.
Yes, it is indeed.
As he's heading out into the planets of Crate. Yes, I remember it well.
Close enough.
Okay, so she
Isn't
puts
it great
the
though? Just very good. It's great that like that's a one-off line. It's not a particularly important line, but the minute anyone says, "Oh, Han Solo says see you in hell," everyone knows exactly what scene it's from, exactly how it says it, exactly what's happening. If you were to try and find a single line from the Acolyte, I think the only one most people would know is the power
See you
of
in
many,
hell.
and that's
See you in
basically
hell.
it. And that's because it's so massively cringe.
Many.
I do like the way she can barely fit the helmet on her head.
Yeah.
It
I know.
seems.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what purpose the helmet is serving, but it can't be a protection of the skull, that's for sure. But
It's a good
anyway,
job
it's
she's got a universal dock for her robot companion that she's just obtained. Like that
True.
standard issue for these kind of ships.
Fiona's back.
Oh,
From
good.
film.
Fiona, we'd like your report in full. So if you could take the time to type that up, and I'll get one of these retrobates to read it out. Meanwhile, Mr. Brown, can you do this in your best Mega Geek impression?
It's shit.
There we go.
Come on.
And then he'd say something like, "Oh, move along! I've got work tomorrow." And yes, I know.
Common
He
people has
probably
asked
bailed out.
for a ship rating, which I think is a good point because all the ship designs across this entire show have been horrible,
Yes,
and this is no exception.
Yeah, there's not been much of the stars or much of the wars, really, has there?
No,
But,
it's a bit,
oh,
bit
roll
like an
credits.
A-wing kind of crossed with a Jedi Starfighter.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Sure.
some
A
sort of
little bit.
nose additions, go faster stripes and such.
Yes.
When did
Take a
Mega
drink for
Geek-
a weird bit of
Welcome
editing.
to Talking Over.
Oh, fuck off, Brown.
We've got
We're
some
all
soups.
pissed, Brown.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
We've got some supers. Should we do those?
No,
then?
fuck the supers. Give them the money back. I want to hear from Brian. Go on, Brian. What were you going to say, mate?
I was just asking when Mega bailed. Where did he bail?
Oh, I think we got. Did we get
3.
2?
We got
We
3
got
out of
3.
him. Yeah.
I can't believe we got 3 out of him. Wow. Okay.
I can't believe you watched 3 episodes.
No.
Oh, apparently that was a SH-1T fighter.
Ah,
Hey.
yes. Yep. It's on Wikipedia, that. Go on then, Brown. Go and do the super chats.
Okay,
because,
let's do the
you
super
know.
stickers. I don't know what the super sticker, the icons are, but the 2 of them from Gavin Blackburn. So there's
Oh, it's
£2.
probably big Liam Neeson dong sticker. I like that one.
149.
Gavin likes his super stickers, doesn't he? He's
He
always
does.
sending those in.
You know, Brown,
Tom,
if you turned on memberships, you could actually have a Liam Neeson dong emoji, which the chat could use to their heart's content.
I'll talk to you later about that. Platoon.
Brown, we are creating this in-depth lore for your channel, and you're not capitalizing on it.
Tom, £2, real money at the moment. God save the queef. Da-na-na-na-na.
God save the queen.
Okay. Sorry, I'm boomering. MGK4 wrenched. Did he say black eyes or black guys? Both, probably. That's 2 Canadian woke dollars.
Isn't that one of the man babies in the chat? Black eyes or black guys? I'm sure it's one of our
Black
man
lives are
babies.
black votes. What is black lives are black votes? Is not about.
Any more for us there, Brown?
There it is.
Ooh.
Duke 84 wrenched 5 Canadian woke dollars. Having May strapped into the table like that takes on a very different context by the end of the episode.
Well, write what you know, former assistant of Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland.
Ran out of channel names. $5. Rip Brown. I can only imagine how awful doing these slides were. Horrendous.
Oh, you don't have to
Horrendous.
imagine. If you're me, Brownie texts you about every 40 minutes telling me how fucking painful it is doing these slides. No, but look, Brownie, look, let me say this, Brown. You do go through the pain so all us man babies can laugh and take the piss and everything else. But
I think this
you
was
know,
the
you
worst.
put a
This
shift
was
in.
the worst today out
Was
of
it?
the 4 years of me doing this.
Wow.
Yeah. Duke, even worse than Last Jedi. Duke 84. Have we done this? I can't remember. Wrenched 5 Canadian woke dollars. Who on this panel, not Platoon, has honestly never encountered a beaver with a mind of its own?
Here's a question. Why are you
Old beaver.
excluding
Old-
Plutes? That's presumptive. You don't know his life experience.
Yeah, I've been to the zoo.
I didn't want to say anything, yes. Okay, Romeo, Tango, November, Zulu, wrenched 5 New Zealand dollar.
Please
Spoiler.
let Ruin read it. It says, please let Ruin read it. For fuck's sake.
Does it?
Yeah, so
do.
see the words at the end of the.
I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Can I just
What's
say,
the
right?
fucking point of you reading it out first and then reading the last bit and going, oh, I should have given that to fucking Ruin. If I'm giving you the heads up, lad, you can go
Listen,
and give it to Ruin right now.
We've
I was
missed
about.
Brian keeping.
I was about. Top tip, everybody. When you want somebody to read it, put it at the beginning. Ruin?
Or pre-scan it first and then allocate it to the appropriate fucking panelist, Brown. Brian, good to have you back, keeping him honest. He's been running amok these last few weeks. TNZ, my Welsh mate, says, spoiler, the Acolyte is Fight Club if it was written in purple Liam Neeson vein donged crayon by a brain-damaged 13-year-old lesbian while watching Ahsoka. Please let Ruin read this. He didn't say read it out loud, though, did he? I could have just read it in my head and could have still legally taken the money, Brown.
Pengo Pete, $2. Black queer leader standing by. Ooh. Jesus.
Yeah,
Jesus. I saw what you did there. Very good. And
we're pushing the boundaries of civility on this channel. But anyway, now we've made it
available.
I most certainly am.
We've
Go
said
right ahead.
Here we go.
Joe Eager for $20 said, I stepped on a rake for the first time in 37 years of my life. Didn't get my glasses off. Wasn't as bad as having to sit through that piece of crap finale. Well, you're absolutely right.
We'll have to call you Sideshow Bob from now on.
Well, I think
Thank you, my friend.
Joe's inspired me there. Just while we're at this point in the
Really?
proceedings,
Really?
what have you experienced in your life which was not as bad as sitting through the Acolyte? I'd be interested to know. Brownie, the old bladder's full to the brim.
Go.
And I need a new treble room. So if you could just hold the line or take over for a moment, and I'll
Missing you already. Hurry up.
I'll be very quick.
Okay, so what we're doing now? So we'll go. She's ejected, hasn't she? She's stole the ship, and he's chasing ships, whooshing.
She's ejected. She's got.
Brian, you sound a bit horsey there.
I've recently just given up the cigar and cigarettes, Brian. So there's a lot of Bob Fleming.
Bob Fleming here.
That's got it. I fucking hate Bob. Jesus Christ.
Wait, why? Hang on a second. Why does she wish this thing had a hyperdrive? Because her intention is to go to Brendok anyway, right? Which is right in front of them.
Maybe she wants to fly right through it and make it explode.
Like is it hold all? As in a bag?
Yes. Certainly a bag. Certainly an old bag, bro. This is another nonsensical bit as well.
Z, rousing music. Platoon, do you know what that's from?
No.
It's the rousingest music of all.
Yeah. Master, do you know what that's from?
I believe it is Star Trek, yes.
Original, new, TNG, which?
Original.
Okay. Season?
Season 2, episode 4.
Oh, it was episode 5, but good. Well done.
Close. Close
okay,
enough.
moving on.
This bit,
I did like this.
It looked cool, but it doesn't make any
like
sense.
this.
Right, it's clearly ripping off two scenes. It's ripping off the bit in Empire, and it's ripping off the bit in Attack of the Clones. But she goes into it. She said, "He'll never follow me here." Right, so he does follow here. So I see at that point, why didn't she go? Well, I might as well just try and avoid more damage to the ship and just get out if he's going to stay in anyway. Makes no sense.
Why would he not? Because there's another Empire reference. Because when Hand goes into the asteroid field and he says, "Well, it'd be crazy to follow us, wouldn't they?"
Yep.
But there's evidently not too much hazard in there. It's mostly dust and fine grain debris. It's not an asteroid field. If she can fly through it easily and he can fly through it easily, then why would he be crazy to follow her? And if there's only one planet she can get to because she doesn't have a hyperdrive, why doesn't he fly up and over it instead?
Mm-hmm. But I don't get why she stays in it. Her whole reason for going in there is that he won't follow, but he does follow, so get the fuck out. It's just for the cool effect. I think that's the only reason it's there.
Did everybody remember in The Phantom Menace when Anakin's helmet didn't really fit him properly? Well, this is quite the opposite to that situation, I think.
You sick man.
Ruin, you back yet?
I'm back.
Okay, so that was directed by...
You bunch of bastards. Don't get me excited.
I shouldn't have asked. Here you go.
Okay, very good, very good. As long as I've not missed the bit where there's the chorus of forts, that's the bit I'm looking forward to the most. Okay, is she referring to Liam Neeson's dong here?
I
It's
was
too big to
literally
swallow.
say the same thing, Rowan.
Oh god, that's like a broken goddamn record, aren't we? Okay, is this hyperspace, an asteroid field, or
it's the rings? It's the rings of Uranus,
okay, well,
which we're all agreed it did look very good, but
Sol grunts.
grunts.
What I want
So-
to know is why do I look like John's missus this week? I don't understand.
So this is the space chasey little thing I was referring to. It just felt like they'd shoehorned a space chase in there. Is it on my own there, or I don't know.
No, it's exactly right. There is no reason for any of this to be happening at all.
But it happens nonetheless, and we get some old classic visuals there. Looks like my old Tom on my Renault Megane.
Oh God,
Okay.
no.
Well,
Why?
go on, Brown. You're dying to say something. It better be good.
I don't. He just appears from nowhere when it's convenient. I don't understand. And then he sabotages the ship.
Are we talking
Why?
about a little Platoon, or are we talking about this beaver thing? I don't know which one you're referring to.
Both.
Well, I was going to ask Brian, because Brian's obviously not been around for quite a number of weeks. I'd love to hear Brian's thoughts on this character.
I fucking hate this rat. I hate him. I absolutely fucking hate him.
Zee-Rat fans, Zee-Rat, oh no.
Surely they must have gotten the name from the Faulty Towers episode with the rat. That's the only fucking explanation as to what. I know there's Basil has a kind of mythological, fancy kind of origin, but it has to be the fucking. Maybe it's not that, because it would require a decent sense of humor to stick that in. But I think he's a fucking awful character. It doesn't even have the charm of someone like fucking Babu Frick from The Rise of Skywalker. He's just a non-entity, and as you say, oh God, Drew Gordon. Fuck, I'm not going to say that. Fuck me.
Ruin. Watch the screen. Look, watch the screen. Watch.
Oh, there we go. It's that iconic moment.
It's amazing. How good is that?
It's good, isn't it? Oh, wow. Look at the visuals.
All that Basil. Sorry, go on.
No, that was it. I was just timing. Take it away, Master Niyat.
I was going to say, all that Basil has done throughout the series is inconvenient Soul. Because in, I think, episode 4 or 5, he spots that May is on the ship and not Osha, but takes his sweet time to tell him until the very end. And here he prevents him from stopping May. So I don't understand why he's in the show. Like, he's supposed to be helping the Jedi, but he's constantly undermining them.
I think I theorized
Do
in
they
my.
need him with the smell thing that he keeps doing?
Ruin, go back.
You must have some. The Jedi have got senses. Sure, they can use that. They don't need a fucking rat to smell them out. Sorry, Platoon, take it away.
I said I think with my episode 4 video, as a joke, I suggested that Basil was secretly the Sith behind the whole thing. But actually, he kind of is. He could genuinely be, because of what he does. Like, he is the reason that Squid Game lands on Brendok in a much less advantageous position and eventually dies because of it. I would much rather have had Basil as the Sith behind it all than the guy who was actually behind it all, but we'll get to him presently.
Z, thrilling music. Ruin, do you know what that's from?
Yeah. It's the bagpipes of Braveheart segueing into the Jaws theme tune, I believe.
You're getting better at this. Moving
Trying
on.
to throw me, but I know my movies. Don't worry.
I know you do, mate.
Okay, so we have a bit of space action.
Asteroids.
Asteroids.
Flooding. Oh, what the?
Oh, he's got a. Has he always had this kind of pilot helmet thing on, or is this new? I don't
The Roy Chubby Brown.
It's Chubby Brown. Does anybody know why he sabotages the ship? Anybody?
Well, I think it's because Soul's trying to shoot May out of the sky, which doesn't make sense because Soul's objective and motivations throughout all of this is to reveal the truth to May. So, I mean, I don't understand why Soul's trying to kill her, and I have no idea why Basil's trying to undermine him. None of it makes sense.
Old Cranky Gamer, no, don't worry. We haven't got to the Soy Boy Jedi, and
I'll make
swappers
sure
will
I got plenty
will
of
be
stills for
called
him.
upon.
Yes.
Yes.
XBT's comment in the chat is just, what the actual fuck is it doing? But that could refer to literally anything in the show. That's just the question for the Acolyte. It's just that.
You're going to have to be a lot more specific.
You're gonna have to narrow it down from the sort of 6.5 hours of Acolyte we've been watching. Eggs. Z, can you translate this for us, please?
Yes, it says alarm blares.
Oh, there we go. Thanks, Z. He's fluent
What can
in
I say?
over a billion different forms of dialect, I believe. Okay, now this is the point I was looking forward to because the ship rumbles here, but obviously for those, and we know most of the chat are not watching the series, so they only get the visuals, they don't get the audio. And this is a chance for our panel of man babies to bring the audio to life. Now, the ship rumbles, but actually it's the exhaust port which is emitting, I don't know how to put this delicately, but it's emitting feces and other kind of excrement out the back, and that's why it's rumbling. So to bring this scene to life, we're going to do some tag team ship rumbling noises. We're going to start from, as always, Little Platoon, and then we're going to go around the team. Brian, I know you're new to this segment. As soon as Plutz is finished, if you could just pick it up with a ship rumbling, excreting noise, and I don't know. We'll see how we go, folks. Take it away, Platoon.
Fart noises.
Brian. Kippers. Niyat.
Boom, 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 boom.
What the?
He's gone literal. Z. Silent but deadly. And we know he likes doing this, folks. Brownie, go for the record. Your record's 17 seconds. Go. You
Good
got
night,
short
everybody.
there, Brown.
Take care.
Okay, and then finally, in unison, everybody after 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fart noises.
Platoon's too cool to do anything stupid like that.
There we go. Look, we always lose about 15 to 20 viewers at that point, but it's worth it, Brown, isn't it? It is worth it. It is worth it. Okay. Okay, we might come back to that at the end.
You don't get that on film.
He's speaking Tynan. Tynan. Who's speaking Tynan? Is this this rat fucker?
Rat boy.
Yeah.
Do we know how much Warwick Davis got paid for this role? Did we ever find out?
I think it was a freebie because he Willow was cancelled season 2.
Oh yeah,
it was a freebie. Right.
Brown, I've noticed we've done 8 whole episodes of this shit show, and we've not had one look at that moment from you. Did you realise that?
Yes.
Not impressed by the visuals at all, no?
this is very, very nice to look at. When
Okay.
when the backroom boys and girls do some stuff like this, yes, it's very good. But when you just totally, by this time, I was like wanting to end it, and you just
End the
can't.
stream or end the fucking
Everything,
end all?
everything, yeah, everything. You just can't get into it. It's just moving on.
This is another impact that, well, it was OSHA the first time, wasn't it? Just fucking
Ship.
walks it off. A big
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the second time Osha and May have crashed into a planet, and instead of blowing up, they've just skidded through comfortably.
It's a bit like the A-Team back in the 80s when the car would roll over. And get
We're
out.
back on planet Scotland again.
Yes.
Melvin's in, folks, and Melvin says Basil looks like Smilex fucked a Jawa. Oh,
Does it look good?
Smilex. We're so sorry about that, but this is quite accurate description. Okay, hold on to your Liam Neeson.
Is it
dong,
me or the
everybody.
building's changed?
Well, it depends on the perspective. We're looking to the
Okay.
southeast of Coruscant, and as we know, the whole planet's a city, Brown. So the cityscape changes. Oh, get ready, swappers! Swappers, clear your throats. Get ready. Okay, here we go. So this is Leslie Headland's husband, isn't it?
Swappers, I think this line's yours.
Master Vanessa, Senator Ravencourt's here to see you.
Christ, that's uncanny.
He's in there.
It is.
What a
Oh,
fucking
better.
imp.
You let him into the control room.
That's
fucking
Mr.
idiot,
Headland.
Mog.
Yeah.
It makes Frank Spencer look like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, this guy, doesn't it?
Sorry.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, why are all the male Padawans in this show so beta? Like, you've got Mog here, and Master Torpin. Like, the only Padawans that have some semblance of, I don't know, masculinity are the female ones, like Jackie.
Well, it's funny, isn't it?
It's because you've got a feminist bigot writing for the show, I'd imagine.
Are they auditioning for the Secret Service?
Very good, very good.
I
I'm
don't
here all
even need
week,
to
folks.
cue the chat anymore. They're already reeling in with the character names. Yeah. We've got Master AIDS, which is slightly dubious. We've got Master Sickle Cell.
Christ.
Master Lesbo Fisto. Who else have we got? This is a current one. Southgate Jr. Too soon, Phil.
Phil.
Too soon.
Honourable man, Southgate. Honourable.
Boring bastard.
Exactly.
Who else have we got? Master Make-A-Wish Kid. Master Malnourished.
Like Kronk in the Emperor's New Groove, isn't he?
Discount Eddie Redmayne. I didn't even ask for this. They're absolutely bombarding us. This one's a good one. Jedi Master Annie Lennox. Master Slim Shady. Just a few more. Good God, they're Master Paleface. And just Tom.
Pater.
Tom finishes it off with "Some mothers could do that," which is very good. Okay, well we move on because Leslie
I like
Headland's
this with the
husband.
door. Yeah. She doesn't do door handles. I did like this.
There he is.
Okay, well we've got a new character here, Brian. It sounds like you've got some insight for us. So do you want to tell us who we're about to meet?
Not about the character, but about the actor. This is the David Harewood OBE, who I've got a tremendous amount of respect for. He did, I think, was it the David Attenborough lectures? He did a lecture about the Windrush generation just last year that was really pretty incredible and well worth a watch if you can find it.
Oh, really?
But,
I remember him as Martian Manhunter from Supergirl.
Oh,
he was.
I did write something on Twitter. What did I write on Twitter about this guy? I can't remember. I said putting David Harewood OBE in the scene with Headland's wife is in the Acolyte is like partnering peak messy with some twat from Hollyoaks at Soccer Aid. That's what I said.
I will say though, this humour here, this little hilarity was incredible. I did piss myself for ever.
We've not mentioned the character's name, and Instant Help Desk, as we know, he's quick off the mark. He's gone over to Wikipedia, and apparently he's called Senator Token.
Very good.
Very good. Rick Jansen, though, says this guy gave the best performance of the episode. Do we think so? He did. He's a good actor, isn't he? We like him as an actor.
Mm.
Yes, I would agree with that. Second, I would give it to Manny Jacinto. I thought he was somehow excellent in this, despite the absolutely terrible fucking dialogue he's given.
It's my head, actually, and I'm fine.
What the fuck was this all about? Jesus Christ. I had a right dodgy shit here on fucking hyperdrive, love.
This-
Who the fuck makes
Go
up
back.
that shit?
Right.
What's up, Brown? Are you
back.
fitting? What you want to go
No,
back?
I'm reading.
Oh,
This must be urgent to wait for me here.
oh, okay. Well, look, this next line, we've had a request in from Ruan Bronson, a Nigerian prince here for your Jedi Bank. He said, well, I know someone who can do a Nigerian prince accent. Brian, over to you.
I've heard some disturbing things.
Do you know? Even this is the how shite this fucking dialogue and effort that the script is. Do you not think you could possibly have gone to picked up a thesaurus or two and tried to get a different word, but slightly better than things? It's just pish.
What have you heard?
Well, she says that's your Brown.
What have you heard?
That's your problematic. I'll do the problematic Nigerian. You can do the problematic interpretation of a lesbian.
That you are running a murder investigation without reporting to the Senate.
Move along.
I'm keeping this internal for the moment.
Oh, I bet you are, love. Bet you are.
Like a pair of love balls.
Is this her or I have
It's
the
her.
authority to take independent action if there's no larger threat?
How can you know that there is no larger threat?
Riveting dialogue in the finale. Keep
Amazing.
going, folks.
All the victims were Jedi.
There are multiple victims.
Fucking hell.
This is going to get a channel fucking struck.
I am very close to apprehending the suspect.
Is the suspect a Jedi?
This starts to feel like that fucking
It's even
board game.
Nemoidian.
Guess who?
I couldn't help it. I just felt it was more Nemoidian based rather than
You were channeling
Nigerian
it,
prince.
weren't you? Yes.
I
2,
just-
3,
I
4
couldn't help
watching.
Just couldn't
Is
help
the suspect got glasses on? Is the suspect got ginger hair? You know, oh, this is fucking tedious.
That's a very big coffee machine in the background. Very close. Thank you for your concern.
Who said that? I can't remember.
Oh, that's her. Is that?
No,
Oh,
it's him.
alright.
It's him.
Him.
You do not like me, Mr. Tinkin. You think my campaign for an external review of the Jedi in the Vendetta de Personnel.
If you want my honest opinion, yes.
Right, I think we're fucking dragging this out a bit.
Yeah, we are. I'm just gonna throw this in from the internet help desk. Missed opportunity when he said, "I think you don't like me." Should have come back with, "I don't like you either." But they're not as good as you, internet help desk. Yes, short of another round of fart noises, we are in
Drink,
danger of
everybody. Just have a drink.
boring everyone by reading out this goddamn shit.
I mean, that was a problem with the scene itself. I mean, it was such a long, drawn-out piece of exposition, and I'd been saying for a little while, I think, when it became clear how long it was taking, probably episode 4, that first of the filler episodes, and thinking, well, you are taking way too much time for an 8-episode show. You are writing this as though you believe you're getting a second one. And all of this is basically set up for a second one. The only previous appearance this guy has made is by reference in episode 4, actually, isn't it? When she's talking to her ally in the Senate, and he's the one leading the expansion faction in the Senate, wanting to investigate the Jedi, which breaks a huge amount about the setup for the prequels unless they find some way of addressing it. But they've basically introduced all of this stuff, I think, because it's going to form the basic plot line for a putative second season. This will be running along in the background. It's Greenbean attempting to fend off investigations from the Senate at the same time as trying to investigate who's really behind it, her old apprentice, and all the rest of that stuff. So all of this we will see again if the show gets renewed. Whether the show will be renewed is another question.
Oh, well, Brownie hopes
for
so.
For $180 million, couldn't they have made 16 episodes, 2 seasons, instead of wasting it?
You would think, but they don't know how to spend money.
Well,
there's also
do.
the other
That's
problem, which is, well, they spend it too freely. The other problem with this is that this guy has become aware of it, even though she did not tell. He knows more than the Jedi Council does about a Jedi's investigation into the murder of Jedi by a Jedi. And the whole reason she doesn't tell the Council is to stop the Senate getting wind of it. He's somehow found out anyway, to the point where he, at this moment in time, knows more about what's going on than fucking Yoda does, which makes no sense, but it is what the show needs to happen.
Do you think this show's trying to imply that maybe Mog is revealing it to him? Because throughout the series, Mog tends to second guess and question the directives that Vanessa gives him.
I can't see Mog taking any kind of initiative. Can you imagine Mog doing a heel turn in season 2, and it turns out he's a really big, bad, evil guy? I just don't think he could put it. Maybe he'll pull some massively brilliant acting performance out, and all of a sudden we'll respect him. But I can't see it.
True.
Question here from Ant P. Is Lesbian Headland's wife the least talented person on this show? And that's saying something. Z, what do you think? Is she the least talented, or is there somehow someone worse?
Absolutely, she is the worst. At least Amanda Stenberg is trying to act. I know her emotional range is very, very small, but at least she's got one.
But she did have the lightsaber whip, didn't she, this character? We have to give her that.
Oh, yes, which we got to see last episode once. Or was it the episode before? Which she used to kill an innocent animal with.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think the only reason that scene was in there, her using the lightsaber whip, is to allude to the fact that she's the one that scarred Kamia's back. I think that's the only purpose it served.
Is that all, Senator?
Just to throw a spanner in the works, Master Niyat, can you take over from Brian, because he's back from his holidays? We need to ease him in. Can you just pick up the lines here in your best Nigerian prince running a slightly dodgy, side gig? If you would, please, Master Niyat, take it away.
I'll do my best, yes, sir. I have reported your lack of transparency to Chancellor Drilling.
Oh, he's got a little bit South African on us there. I like that take. Yes, very good. Go on, Brown, keep going.
He may invite you to the Senate Tribunal for an update.
Niyat.
I hope for your sake you have... that sounds...
He's got an Nemoidian.
I hope for your sake you have the suspect in custody by then.
He's went a bit...
Custody, man!
I thought you went a bit scouse in the middle.
Custody. Stanley. Custody. Who are they? Good luck. Oh, that's him. Sorry.
Sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
Take
drink.
a fucking drink just because
Drunk. Drink.
we need it.
Can I attempt after several jacks to make a respectable point here? Semi-serious point.
Please. Oh, yeah, controversial.
Right now, she must have understood. She's trying to keep the whole situation quiet, basically to stop this guy, to stop the Jedi's political enemies, right? Yet her final play plays right into David Harewood's prediction that one rogue Jedi could be an enormous threat. So what the fuck is she doing? What's the point? It doesn't make any sense. Is anyone with me on that?
She's not. I completely agree. She's not trying to protect the Jedi. She's trying to cover up for herself.
Oh, yes. Door closes.
But it has to be. I've been banging on about this in videos for a little while. But there has to be a massive change in the Jedi's relationship with the Senate between this series and the prequels. Because by the time of the prequels era, to get Ahsoka Tano to stand trial in the Clone Wars, she had to be exiled from the Order in order to face a Republic tribunal. The Jedi are not actually supposed to be accountable to the Senate, because if the Jedi are accountable to the Senate, then Palpatine can just manipulate the Senate to disempower them and get rid of them. He doesn't need to kill them. So you have to somehow get Leslie Headland to grasp the complexities of galactic politics in order to get the Jedi from a position of vulnerability with respect to the Senate to a position immune from the Senate in season 2, if this gets one. And she does say she has the whole idea planned out. She knows how she wants Plagueis involved. There are very, very strong hints that this will make it canon that Plagueis is responsible for creating Anakin. So Leslie Headland, the person who can't keep her own story straight from episode to episode, or criminal investigation to criminal investigation probably, is the person who's got to somehow get us like this to work. And it's not going to happen. She's treading on so many landmines and she doesn't even know that they're there.
Z, can we get you to read this out, please, from Side Feet?
Side Feet, her acting range goes beyond slapped arse and smoked slapped arse. Yes, it does.
Good analysis, Side Feet. Okay, so we move back to random creatures.
Is this planet unknown
themselves.
planet?
Unknown planets, yes.
Yes, it's an unknown planet.
Which is going to be Baldemnik. Is that the one that Plagueis was associated with? It's the one with the Cortosis mine. Was it Plagueis or was it Darth Bane? One of the older Sith Lords was supposed to be associated with this island. They never got around to actually naming it, but that's the strong implication.
I think it was Darth Venomous.
So more bants from these two.
Fucking hell.
He looks like a fearsome Jedi Master in that smock, doesn't he?
Well, apparently that smock is supposed to be femme-coded, according to Leslie Headland.
What does that mean?
Now, what does it mean? I think it means dressed like a lady.
He's dressed
like a lady.
He's dressed to oppress.
Yes, he's got the thong and the. I was going to mention a football reference here, but I can't remember his name. The guy that was beating up the Liverpool player that was beating up all those fucking Colombians. His bride as well.
Wow.
What'd you call that guy? He's a fucking knobhead.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to narrow it down for me, Brian.
Stuff that should be left in the green
room.
Yeah. Well, okay. Christian will rescue us.
Welcome to talking over each other.
Go on, Red. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm just reading Christian's out because other Christians come up with this. He thinks it's Milton Keynes in the background there. I was just looking at a very fucking cheap horse looking blocky, rocky set they've got. But yes, just like Milton Keynes with all the
If I may. Phil and the two Phils in the chat. I've just mentioned Darwin Nunez. That was the guy who was fighting everyone.
Yeah.
Did you miss that, Rune? I thought you would have seen that. You've been
I know, I must have missed that bit. So I'm going to certainly research it after this.
He did a cantina and ran into the crowd and was kicking fuck at all the.
Oh no, I did see that clip. Yeah, he was chucking chairs at people and shit. Yeah, wow. Master Niyat, you had something enthralling to share with us all. So please, if you would just don't say it, sing it. That's all I ask you to do.
What a complete 180 Kamir has taken. The previous episode we saw him in, he was trying to kidnap Osha, but now he's her bitch.
I wanna hear a duet between Master Niyat and our very own Lord Chord. I think that would break the internet if we got those two in a duet. Anyway, back to this shit. Someone accused this of being a little bit Twilight. Swappers, did you get a little bit of the Twilight twinges in this episode?
I'm getting a little bit of Tenby Beach in this scene.
Tenby
Beach. Or is it, someone said in the chat, Rill?
Oh my god, that's harsh. We need RRTNZ to confirm which Welsh beach it most looks like.
Yeah, yes, the rural Welsh version of Twilight.
It's as if he's asking for anal there, isn't it? That question.
He's a Sith. He doesn't have to ask for it. He just takes it.
You bastard.
We're getting song requests in, Brown.
All right. Don't let the Leslie go down on me. Out key, but...
See, I was thinking more the George Michael version. That's interesting how you went there.
Don't let your Leslie go down on me.
Yeah. It's a question of taste.
Well,
this
he's not getting it anyway, so moving on.
Yeah, my favourite piece of dialogue from the whole of the series.
No. Fucking tedious.
There's some acting range in that scene right there.
Last chance. No.
But it's not the last chance because he just pivots on a dime later and they're together again. Even though the guy we're about to see creeping out of a little cave, who would be aware of, for instance, the rule of two, and who also has a particular interest in getting both of these twins together because they are born of a virgins, which he's going to need to do some research into in the next few years, is quite happy for only one of them to maybe be around, but the other one can just be mind wiped and sent away. Like, I don't. Yeah, fuck it, fuck this show.
Your review's going to be amazing. How many days will it? What's the duration? Not hours, but days.
I have no idea at this point. Yeah, no idea.
Did you get the last episode out yet?
No, I was up till 10 this morning trying to.
You didn't get it out, did you?
It's not
you were
done
up
yet,
until 10.
Yeah.
See,
you were up through the night until 10 a.m.
Yep.
Oh,
and now here I am coming up to
Hardcore.
midnight, still talking about the Acolyte. That's my life at the moment.
Platoon, do you edit your own videos or are you referring to the scripting?
This is editing, so I do all the scripts, all the VO, and roughly on average at the moment it's sort of half the videos. But obviously, if they're like 2 hours long, then it's still a lot of video. And my editor for the other half has COVID at the moment, so it's been a bit of a slow one. Also, I've got loads of other scripts that always seem to land on my plate when I have loads of Acolyte stuff to do. So it's busy
Tough
month.
at the top.
See this fucking shot here? I've seen it a few times, and I think there was something similar in one of the kind of grassier scenes earlier.
Safety rails.
Safety fucking rails. It makes it look as if it's Rothsey. It's like, just fucking get rid of that for fuck's sake. I don't know if it's something that they've actually, it's been on location or they've decided to, in their wisdom, add it, but it just looks absolutely fucking pathetic.
Maybe they couldn't afford
If
to
it
get rid of
weren't
it.
there, it would be an OSHA violation.
He's not bad, is he, for 28 hours with no sleep? Yeah, Brian, it's a great point. We've discussed it in some of the previous episodes, actually. No, don't worry.
That's a very polite way of saying you're a boring bastard there, Brian. I appreciate that. Thanks.
No, it is a good point because I went to visit a Star Wars set just up the road from me. for Andor, which is generally well received, wasn't it? Andor. They did a shoot at Cleethorpes, which is just up the coast from
Fucking hell,
Eldridge.
that's a shithole, is that?
Oh,
No.
go easy, Brown.
Don't let
That's I
Trev. Do not
I
let Trev.
decided to
fucking
go along, and
Welcome
they
to
shot it.
talking over each other.
They shot this cafe on the seafront at Cleethorpes, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to get to see a Star Wars set. Look, nothing like the final version because they did so much tinkering and editing. So they clearly have the ability to do shit after the fact. But yep, not bothered here. So there we go.
They left, apparently Lucasfilm left a shitload of stuff just somewhere kind of Highlands of Scotland. People on Twitter just was walking through just a nice Highland fucking walk and spotted all this fucking Star Wars gear just left at arse. Fucking, you know. I've been to Carbench of Cleethorpes back in the day, lad.
Gavin had a 2-week holiday in Cleethorpes, and they were all shitting all over it. Maxi says you can't beat Skegness. Anyway, we're stalling because we've
Can I
got
just
a
mention this scene here a few episodes ago, right? When we first saw this planet for the first time.
Yeah.
In this scene where Osha was walking out of the entrance, I think it might have been
Tradesman.
I might be wrong on this, but Headlamp herself said something about the shape of the cave being vaginal and those rocks out in the water actually being like phallic. So there's some kind of like, phallic vaginal link going on between.
Oh no.
Sick fucks are just obsessed with fannies and cocks, and not in the comedic way that we are.
Scooby D2 has lost a bit of patience with me, I think. Scooby D2 says we finally get to the fucking moment, and he talks about fucking Cleethorpe. Likely only to whinge about the Acolyte in a minute. Oh, Scooby. You know me, Scooby. Anyway, here we go, folks. This is the
you,
moment.
Edwards. What?
Ominous music. Ruin? Do you know what that is?
Yes, I recognise that tune. Basically, I've got some problems with the pipes in my house, and when I drop a particularly girthy log down the loo and it won't flush, and I have to depress the flusher multiple times, I get that exact tune emanating from the pipes in my house. I don't know how Z's worked that out, but
It's terrifying when you block the toilet up and the water keeps rising and rising and you think it's going to overflow. It's fucking terrorizing, isn't it?
Well, it's terrorizing for you when
terrifying.
you got your pants down and you got your old tutor behind you. Yes, I imagine it is. Anyway,
welcome to Brownie's Six Coiler on the Mr. Brown Alliance channel.
Let's move on. Move on from that load of shit. We don't want to talk about it anyway.
Oh, fuck, he's gone, everybody.
Brown, you're going to have to bring Darth Plagueis back up. It's the only reason people have tuned in.
Oh. Was that him?
That's...
You're joking. You didn't see anything of him.
That's Darth Plagueis.
Oh,
go back one.
Sake.
Oh, come on, Brown.
Hold on.
I've got a whole 15-minute sketch planned for this Plagueis.
Bear with me, because I'm having to reload everything. It's a good job it's right at the end. Sorry, boomerang, folks.
Why do they make him look like Gollum?
You can't fucking see anything. What are you on about?
Here we go.
Turn your brightness up, everybody.
What was happening then? Was he sitting in the corner of the cave watching her?
The whole time, yes. He was there the whole time. Is it just me, or does anyone else think that's his hand there on the side, like this clawy hand?
It is his hand.
It is his hand.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, the previous shot, if you want to go back one slide, you see his little fingers sort of grabbing around the side. There it is. That's his fingers swearing at the camera there.
It is his hand. All right. Okay.
That's
so
his,
anyway,
he's legging V's.
Is there any reason why he had to mysteriously look at the ship departing?
Like, where was he the entire time that she was basically living in that cave for the last 3 episodes? Was he
He's
just
probably
sort
just
of
chilling
hiding in
out
a
with
corner?
Yoda.
Have you seen
Always
that video
hated
where the
the
woman does all the blue face paint and body paint and hides against the curtain while her husband's streaming? It's a bit like
So
that.
I'm conscious. There's about we worked it out, Brown, didn't we? There's about 60% of people who watch this stream but don't watch the Acolytes. And we've basically just dropped a bomb on them. Out of nowhere, Darth
spoilers,
Plagueis
everybody.
has just rocked up. So,
I don't know who he is.
Internet Help Desk has just confirmed he's about 15 years old at this point. Looks like an absolute bag of shit. Brownie, you might not know who Darth Plagueis is, but you certainly know the scene in with Palpatine and Anakin in the
Revenge of the
come on, Brian,
Sith.
have you never heard of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Revenge.
He doesn't
is that
look
the
very wise.
Revenge of the which
Sith,
one's that?
yes.
Which one's
That's
that?
the third in the prequel series.
I've only seen it once.
It's the scene where Palpatine is sitting with Anakin and he's seducing him to the dark side by explaining Plagueis had learnt the ability to manipulate the Force and
Okay,
create life.
I'll take your word for that. Can't remember.
I hate the idea of the species that they chose, and this was done before the takeover. The species for Plagueis is a Mun, which is the same fucking species as is used for the banking clan in Attack of the Clones. The incredibly skinny fucker that just looks absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why they chose it. It's very unconvincing.
Oh no.
Z, did we do the ominous music playing gag?
Yes.
Yes.
But let's do it again anyway.
Yeah, go on,
Was that a particularly strong soda water you had there, Brown? Is that why?
I've got no drink at all. I haven't even got any
Fucking
water.
hell. Get
I'm
down
running on-
fucking brewery, lad. Get
I'm
yourself
ru-
something punch.
I'm running on empty.
There's going to be people watching this show, complete normies that have absolutely no idea about the books. People have
Well, that's
forgotten about
me.
the
That's
prequels
me.
because they saw them
That's me,
20 years ago.
folks. That's me.
They're going to look at this scene and go, "Who the
That's me.
fuck is
Yeah,
that?"
I'm doing it as well. Who the fuck is it?
No explanation whatsoever.
So Darth Plagueis is Darth Sidious's master. Yeah.
Okay.
It's implied. It's implied rather than actually stated.
Sorry, folks.
It's more implied than Revenge of the Sith. He
As
just
it
tells them
doesn't
the story.
specifically state it in canon, they're free to fuck with the canon as much as they like.
It's the same thing with Anakin's origin as well. It's implied that Plagueis may have had something to do with it, but then the alternative theory was that it was the midichlorians because that's part of the prophecy, and Anakin was conceived by the Force itself. I think the fact that Plagueis is present in this show, the fact this has to have been cleared by Filoni and Pablo Hidalgo, the fact that Plagueis has evidently got some interest in the creation of the twins via the Force Virgins means that the operating assumption behind the scenes is that Plagueis did in fact create Anakin. So if Leslie does get to continue this, that will eventually be brought officially into canon.
So are you saying that Darth Plagueis learned the Force to create life from a planet formerly occupied by lesbian space witches?
Yes.
What?
Correct.
What the fuck? Oh,
Confirmed. Canon. Done.
I
Boom.
get the feeling from not being an army, this is quite important, this bit.
But it's the origin of the entire prequel storyline, and so also like the entirety of what the OT is then recontextualized into being, because it's Anakin's prophecy, the prophecy about the person who will save the Force, restore balance to the Force, being Anakin Skywalker, and this is the origin of that. So this question determines how you interpret every subsequent Star Wars film, up until the sequels anyway, because the sequels make all of that fucking redundant. But at least the original 6 even Star Wars films, including the original 3, are influenced by this.
Ruin, may we do some soups? We've gone to the end.
Yeah,
of
let's do a super chat.
Okay, I'll do them. I'll do them. Okay, so sorry, chat moved up. Bear with me. Oh God, StreamYards, behave. Fuck's sake. Conrad M, $5. The only thing that will be dogged harder than this show will be Amanda Steinberg when she becomes desperate for a new role. Oh, that's bad, isn't it?
Touch and go, but
$5. Thank
probably
you very
accurate.
much. Z, you available, mate?
I most certainly am. Old cranky gamer for $10. Just like my ladies last period, I am late. But I am stupid and had to subject myself to the Acolyte once again.
God, brutal. The old cranky gamer.
Mega Spider-Man wrench, €2. What's the worst Star Wars show now?
Well, you know what? He makes
is
a
a good
damn
one.
good point. Mega Spider-Man, could you hold that thought? Because right at the end of the stream, normally we do episode score. But obviously, we're at the finale, so I'm going to ask for 3 things from our guests at the end: episode score, overall score for the Acolyte as a series, and where does this rank in all Star Wars projects? So, Mega Spider-Man, your wish will be my command. Do not worry.
We'll put that on the back burner then, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Z, available, mate? Did we do this one?
Might have done. Old Cranky Gamer for $10 says Kipling's oppression is the best thing to come from this series. Yes, it is.
Yeah, we'll have more of that soon.
Brian, you available, mate? Please.
Fucking MG UK84 wrenched for 2 fucking pretendy Canadian dollars. Says Moggy is a cat. Moggy is a pussy. Enough said.
While you're up, Brian, you available, please?
Whale and Beceivers for $1.99 says, how was this allowed to be fucking made?
I don't know. Lesbian headlamps must have thought themselves so fucking clever. Vegas Apprentice, well, we did it first. Forced Birth, we did it first. Twins, we did it fucking first, mate. Dyad, we've got a Symbian, and that's even better than a Dyad.
Z, available?
RTNZ for New Zealand, $10.
You fucked it up again, bro.
Have I?
Please. Yes, please.
And he even put it right at the fucking top.
You may want to censor a couple of words here if you want.
I think I may have. Have I deleted some super chats in these by mistake? If I have, I think I've boomed it, folks. Ploots, can you do this, please? Sorry.
Censor as required, please.
RRTNZ for 10 New Zealand dollars. Can Ploots read this, please? Anyone else getting the vibe that Leslie's trying to make a very clumsy allusion to real-life child abuse and crimes against marginalized groups by a certain Roman church?
Ooh.
That's the monetization gone. Cheers, Romeo.
That's sobering, isn't it? Wow.
Certain Hollywood producer.
Jeez.
Oof. Can we get back to making fart noises? Good God.
I don't really think so, though, because the Jedi are not in the wrong. The show might think that they are for some inexplicable reason, but everything they do is justified. So, unlike the certain Roman Catholic Church that you might be referring to there.
Who's available? Kippers?
Read out the channel name for 5 galactic credits. Says, can't wait till they introduce Darth Erder, Darth Spluder, and Darth Ithiad.
Look who's here, everybody. He's rocked up out of his pit.
Hey.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh,
Hello, Robot Head.
I'm a little bit under the weather, but I couldn't miss out. I was just listening, and it was sounding too much fun.
Oh, good to have you on, Robot's Head.
Especially
did you enjoy the finale?
I heard about the vaginal rocks. Sorry. Sorry, Ruben.
You were feeling sick, and you thought, I know what will make me feel better. I'm going to come and talk about the Acolyte.
I'm pretty sure this show made me sick. I think it gave me the AIDS.
I've enjoyed some of your battles with some of the biggest idiots on Twitter, Robo, this week.
It's like a hobby, just a bit bored. Go on Twitter.
It's one of my favorite things when I wake up in the morning and see you replied to all the Star Wars dweebs.
Man, they've been on fire too this week. The shippers, my God, they're just they're insane.
They're fucking perverts, a lot of them, aren't they?
And they can justify absolutely anything in the story. Like, there's no you think there'd be a little bit of like, oh look, I enjoy the show, I know that bit's no good and that, but they will just, anything you can just ask, they'll just go off about. It's the greatest thing of all time. I absolutely love it.
Robot heads doing the Lord's work on Twitter. And just a little tip for you, Robot head: don't check the DMs like I had the misfortune of doing the other week. I had just the 3 death threats in the old DMs, but we move on from that pretty quickly. But Robot head, I must ask you, finale of the Acolytes. Presume you've been watching this, getting up at whatever ridiculous time it is in the land down under. What have you made of it, Robert? Just give me a little dialogue for a moment, because we've missed you on these streams. Yeah, what have you made of the Acolyte so far?
Well, I'm quite lucky. It's on at 11 o'clock in the morning, so that suits me. That's nice. Yes, I don't even have to get dressed to watch it, which makes the continuous defecation a bit an easier cleanup. But it's been a wonderful journey watching this show. I cannot. And I literally mean this. I said this a lot. I don't think people joke. I can't think of something that's written worse than this show. Like, even bad things. Twilight's better than this. Twilight's got a clearer story that makes sense. It's the dumbest show I've ever watched.
Has it got any redeemable qualities for you? Is there anything you can take away and go, okay, I can live with that, or this person put a good performance in, or I like this bit? Is there anything redeemable, Robot said?
Well, I mean, I think that the guy, the baddie, what are we calling him now? He's the Asian poison seller. Yeah, I can't think of his name. Sorry, I'm on the tablets. The Smilo Ren. Like, he's enjoyable to watch, but his character makes no sense whatsoever. So it's, some bits look pretty, and that's about it. But like, who are we meant to like in this show? Every single person, I think's murdered someone. Even Basil tried to murder someone. So I'm not even sure who we're meant to like in this series.
That's a really good point from a narrative point of view. We know we've got a few writers on our panel, but it really is a bit of a mess, isn't it? There's no clear guide as to who the hell we're meant to be rooting for in this show. I don't know. It's all over the show.
I think the Senator's the only person that didn't kill someone and made some sense. So that's nice work from Leslie. They're making the Senators better than the Jedi.
Robot said, my last question for you at this stage. What are the chances in a season 2, genuinely? Because you're getting into it with these arseholes on Twitter, and I know a lot of them are campaigning for a season 2, which is also.
I'm campaigning for season 2. I want it as much as they do. It's the humor and the joy of upsetting all those idiots on Twitter is just making my day. But
you think it's going to happen?
No, I don't. Well, who knows? I mean, what they talk. I mean, they're talking about Ray movies, so who knows what they'll give us. But nothing would surprise me. But I mean, it's got all the right causes behind it, like lesbians running it and pushing women to the front, all the things Kathleen loves. So who knows? But I think I'd be surprised if they announced it. I mean, I love that Andor's being pushed back over and over, and that's the only show anyone likes. But this, they'll probably rush it into production for some reason.
Maybe for 2027, the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, we can have Season 2 of The Acolyte and the Rian Johnson trilogy all in the 1 year. How about that? That'd be the way to go.
I found the supers.
Oh, good.
Can you do them? Okay.
Yeah, go on.
I can't put them on screen because I deleted them, so I'm reading them from the studio. Professor R2, $2 Darth Plagueis was hiding in the jacuzzi.
Oh yeah, I remember that from the other week. Yeah.
MJuke84, $5 Canadian woke dollars. Have we done this one? 4 kippers to read. Darth Plagueis. Are you listening, swappers? Finally, they're gone. Go on. It's going really well.
How are you going to do this, bro? What a
Finally,
shit show.
they're gone. I can wank off in peace once again.
Is that a super chat that we're meant to be seeing on screen, or is
I
Brownie
deleted
just
them.
lost his mind?
The stream yards went. Well, it was me boomering. Sorry, folks. I'm just fucking boomer. Ran out
Welcome
of
to
channel
the
names.
Mr. Brown Fuck Things Up
I
channel.
can't wait till they introduce Darth Erderer, Darth Splodder, and Darth Itid. I'm fucking this up, folks.
Yeah, we read that one, Brown.
Yeah, we read that one earlier.
Can I just go on?
I like the support
Sorry.
Brownie's getting. It's just silence while he's drowning. No one's sending him a life raft.
No one's
Welcome
going to
to
save you.
wanting to have the earth swallow
Shall I
me
just
up.
read out Jedi Master Tofu's line here?
Yes.
Where is he? Friend Doc?
Go on,
Didn't
bro.
he say in the
sure.
previous episode that he was on Brendok because she sent him there? Why is he asking again?
It was Kofar.
Oh.
They were on.
The shippers would love this line.
Who are they shipping with who?
I don't think they have
God,
limits.
Green Bean and oh God, I'm imagining the fan art. Oh shit.
Gather as many knights as you can without raising alarm.
Anticipated confrontation.
A resolution. Oh, I saw what she did there. Amazing. Oh, so amazing writing. Got a super chat, mate. Can we do it? Before I fuck it up even more. Shambolic, which ironically is what I am. $5 in a week where US president was shot. Somehow this was the most horrifying thing I saw on TV this week. And obviously me making a complete dick of myself 2 minutes ago. Thank you, my friend.
Why are they
Moving
obsessed
on.
with putting planets so close together?
Mm.
Do they understand gravity at all? I know it's sci-fi and that'll upset a lot of people, even pointing it out, but it fucking gives me the shits.
Honestly, the ship design in this show is some of the fucking worst I've ever seen in my life.
It is. It really is, isn't it?
It's like kids trying to build it at school, you know, and they give them a couple of ice cream sticks and some sticky tape. Like, there's not much to choose from. They're just like, there's bits of wing left over and a few sticks. There's just like no thought gone into those ships whatsoever.
I was confused by the design of this because it appears as though both of them are operating the ship, but OSHA cuts him by disabling his controls, which didn't really make any sense.
Yeah, put her in the driver's seat so she can just shut down the whole ship and he can be the passenger.
So these guys don't need to wear helmets, but Bad Twin does.
Yeah.
Ship rumbling.
Danielson.
More self-insertion, big dirty
Lots of-
black hole.
Yeah. It's not even subtle, is it? Me, Danielson.
Why is everyone so quiet? Should I leave? Did I do something?
No, Robot Head. What it is?
Did I crash a party that I wasn't meant to be invited to?
It's 8 weeks of
turned
this shit. We've been battered into submission, Robot Head. That's all it is. Don't worry.
And you're pleased to be here. We're just crushed, all lot of us.
We're grieving, Robot Head. We're grieving.
Most of
Maybe
us,
being sick helps. I'm a bit delusional.
most of us have gone beyond the pissed stage. We're now into the hungover, fucking get me a kebab stage.
Z,
Anyway.
solid music.
Let Robot Head guess this one.
Okay. Ruin, do you know what that's from?
No, Robot Head will know that one.
Okay, I'll ask him. Ruin, do you know what that's from?
Who's meant to be answering? And are we doing serious answers or are we making up
Ruin,
stuff?
do you know what that's from?
Yes, I know that's from. I'll tell you exactly where that's from.
Oh, dear, oh dear.
Anyway, we are edging
Moving on.
our way towards a fucking brick wall. No, a lightsaber fight, I think, anytime now.
Hang on. Before you go too quickly, can I say something about this scene that you?
Let's slow it right down.
The way this story's told, I love that. First, she says that's the only way in, and we've already seen that there's people inside. And then she says, unless you want to climb, she chooses to stop and fix the elevator that no one else is needed to use. And then he just goes, "Are you sure?" Walks off and just ends up inside. So she spends all that time fixing the elevator. She's the only person that uses it, because even the other Jedi, when they turn up, don't use it.
Like, the entire fortress basically exploded at the end of episode 7 and 3. Why the hell would the lift still be functioning? They usually have signs saying do not use lift in the event that mad twin sisters set fire to their mad twin sisters.
16 years later as well. Where's the power?
And the way she
coming
says, unless you want to climb, we saw the guy float down from the heavens in one episode. Like, he can probably just float himself up to the top.
And per episode 7, climbing was the way that most people got in and out of the fortress. Squid Game climbed into it twice. Tommen climbed into it once. Kilnaka, no, he was dropped off. Trinity presumably climbed into it because she said she couldn't land the ship there, and then she just appeared, so I guess she landed it somewhere else and climbed in 2 seconds. Climbing's not that hard, apparently, in this show.
But Squid Game's already in there, isn't he?
Yeah, he got in there somehow. I don't know how. Maybe he climbed again.
And May, and she's worried about the lift. It's just so odd. And this is the first out of 2 times someone just vanishes out of a scene.
Yeah, May does it to Osha later, and not explained how.
And that's even better because they're facing each other and she doesn't notice.
And Smilo does it quite a few times in episode 5. Is that the one with all the fighting? The best choreography in the universe? Yeah, that's the one. Like, the number of times he Batmans his way out of scenes. And in this one, I thought, well, in the previous episode, we saw the lesbian space witches can transform into force fart clouds and disappear. So maybe he's done that because he's somehow connected to the main story of the show. But no, he's not. He's got nothing to do with any of the backstory at all. So never mind.
Where did she come from?
She was hanging down there for God knows how long, waiting for him to walk and then turn around. Because in this moment, she wants to kill him again.
That's May, isn't it?
Yeah, that's May. But then later,
And again, they don't
explain.
They don't explain that Squid Game's already walking around in there. So he knew how to get in there, but she didn't. Like, she chose the hard way for some reason.
This show is so inconsistent with the force sensitivity and abilities of the Jedi. Because in one moment, Sol can sense the twins' presence. And in this moment, where he's right, like a few feet away from May, he can't sense her. Like, none of this makes sense.
Because he hops out of the ship when he lands and senses which direction to go, doesn't he?
Exactly, yeah. And Vanessa does the same thing. When Vanessa arrives with the Jedi, she tells them they're this way. So she's obviously able to sense them.
And there's a deeper problem with that as well, because the point of these 2 twins, as this episode finally confirms, though the previous episode basically set it all up anyway, is that they are functionally speaking the same person as far as the Force is concerned. And yet the entire story of the previous episode is that he only feels a deep connection to Osha, despite the fact that she is, in terms of the Force and her connection to it, the same as May. And yet he can use the Force to sense Osha to the point of actually re-watching flashbacks from episode 3, but he can't use the Force to sense May because she's a different person, right up until the point at which she's the same person. Because, yeah.
She's still fixing that elevator for no reason at all.
Hey, May, where have you gone, La?
We're doing all the callbacks now.
It's so odd with the timing of everything and how people are getting in and out. But the whole show's like that. Do you think this is a problem from re-editing and like get other people getting involved? Like Leslie Headland did do, was it Russian Doll? Something like, it looks like she can actually write things. This is just such a total mess. Have they gone back and tried to re-edit it and change it all around, do you think? Or this was just the plan from the beginning? I'm asking everybody. I'm just taking over if that's okay.
I'm gonna direct that one to Ploots because he's normally got a keen eye for this kind of shit. Ploots?
Maybe. I mean, I did when I watched episode 3 and got the sense that originally that was supposed to be the first episode as opposed to a flashback episode. Because throughout the first 4 episodes, the mystery plot of the show actually works if you reverse the order in which you see things, which is not how mysteries are supposed to happen. But if you start with episode 3, then you get the revelations from episode 2, and then you get episode 1 where it turns out I have a sister and we thought she was dead, but actually it turns out she's alive. that is the fairly natural way you build up any kind of mystery, from film noir to pretty much any other mystery genre you have. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had originally planned to air it in a different order. But when you get to stuff like this, when it just forgets how it ended previous episodes, or just like randomly stupid inconsistencies, like I have a helmet which is a sensory deprivation helmet that stops the Force getting in and out, except in this episode where it doesn't do any of that stuff. That's probably just because they kept having loads of different writers in for every episode, and I don't know how closely Leslie pays attention to the script. It's very different writing one thing from start to finish yourself versus supervising lots of other people writing based on your initial prompts is not very sensible. I think normally in a writer's room situation, it's usually wise to have one person at the end who does the final draft of everything in order to make sure everything is consistent, the voices are consistent, and someone is keeping track of what happens previously. I get the sense with this that they haven't done that. It's just Leslie writes some of them, another group of people writes another one, another group of people writes another one, and they just mesh them together, and Leslie says, that's good enough, why not?
So it is money laundering, because there's no reason to do all those things, isn't it?
Short form version of the answer.
With all that money, there's just no reason to not do it properly. It's incredible.
Bit of a continuity issue here amongst Disney projects, because a lightsaber appears to go all the way through a solid metal structure, bridge structure nonetheless, so a significant structure.
Yes.
It goes through it like a knife through fucking butter, yet we see it go into the center of the torso of a character in Ahsoka, and the next day she's sitting up in bed absolutely fine. So not sure about the continuity there, but we won't dwell on that one anyway. Back to the scene.
Shin Hati was using practice lightsaber, so it doesn't kill people. Yeah,
that's the explanation. We do have a super chat which refers to this fight scene, Brown, so we should probably call this one up if that's okay. Go on, do you want to do it, Brownie?
Well, it's gold coloured. Z, you available, please, mate?
Yes, I am. The old cranky gamer for $10 says, okay, watch this fight closely. Smilo hits his saber on his own helmet. Why didn't he short it out?
Why doesn't he use it against Squid Game? Why doesn't he use the wrist plate that he also has that shorts lightsabers out immediately? And the answer is just that if they did that, then it wouldn't work, so they don't do that. And that's how the show's written.
He hasn't worried about the wrist plates, but where does he keep the helmet? Because he didn't seem to be carrying it before.
In his trousers?
Yes.
Oh, I think in the previous shot we do actually see it in his hand. But
is he carrying it, is he?
Yeah, but that's giving the show too much credit, so I'm going to pretend like that didn't happen.
Well, he should have brought the wristbands as well.
We should have done as part of the drinking game. Take a drink every time someone kicks someone during a lightsaber fight instead of landing a fucking killing blow.
And every time there's a Matrix reference, which looks more like the Team America version of a Matrix reference.
Here you go, folks. Run out of channel names. $2. That wall had 3 stomachs. It did.
Those lightsabers look like shit.
Yeah. Is it just me? Two things. One, Ruin, could you go back to the previous slide, 2 slides before? So the one before this. Is it just me, or does Kamir look like he has a tumor on his forearm there?
Ooh.
And if you go to the next scene, there's an inconsistency with the color of Sol's lightsaber, because I think in the previous episodes it was like a darker hue of blue. Here it's light blue. I don't know who's doing the continuity.
But some of the scenes it goes to that darker blue again. But that could be my TV being too dark. But yeah, there was scenes where it just looked way darker in this fight.
Tim's talk, hello to Tim in the chat, says the hilts are massive. We've had that comment before, haven't we? The hilts in this show. Brian, can we bring you in? Because I know you're an aficionado of lightsaber hilts. What do you make, Brian, of these hilts in this show? Is Brian with us?
Is he muted? Is he away?
He's
away,
dying
is
of
he?
cringe.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'll bring Swappers in. He's like Swappers is, when needed, he's like a Wish version of Brian, if you don't mind that comparison. Swappers, what do you make of the lightsaber hilts?
They're fucking shite. It sounded a bit like Brian. But
it was good. That was good.
It looks like he's holding a torch.
Yeah, they are comically large, almost the Liam Neeson dong.
Back in the
proportion.
late 70s, early 80s, when Star Wars... Go back. When Star Wars was a thing, the cheapo lightsabers were basically a torch with a plastic tube that looked
I was
exactly like
just
that.
thinking that. The ones that were
Yeah.
out in
I had one of those,
1978.
yeah.
And you had
I
to
had
blow
one.
them up, and you could
It-
never get them
It was,
completely
it was a
straight.
fucking Pifco torch with a tube on it, but we loved them at the time. We didn't give a shit.
I was saying this in the previous stream last week, but the lightsabers in the original trilogy and even in the prequel series, there was something very unstable about their ignition. They were pulsating, and here it's just so clean.
Yeah, that is
The
a very
technology
good
went backwards
observation.
again.
So he has an unusual combo, almost a big dong and a short dong, doesn't he?
It's more
What do you-
self-insertion. It's Leslie's favorite double ender.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. And here we go. We're off. We have a lightsaber battle. We have. I'm sure the shills will be loving this one, but personally, I saw a lot of people aiming for each other's lightsaber rather than aiming for each other.
I saw that,
Yeah.
Both grunting.
Internet help desk. Apparently, it's one is for pleasure, one's for pain. Ooh.
There's a fine line.
And he loses one, doesn't he? He does get it back in a moment. There we go. Why?
Matrix.
Why fucking finish someone with your lightsaber when you can give him a kick on the chest? Seems to be
He's
overused.
completely exposed when he does that kick. Smiler
Yeah.
Ren could have cut his feet off. Like, it's so bizarre.
Yeah.
Drink, everybody.
So this fight continues. Oh, this is the rather comical bit where
The throw.
he throws his two, but not one, but both weapons, and loses them. It's
But that's okay
really-
because he turns off his lightsaber as well, just to even up the score.
Can we get Z to read this one out, if you will, please, Z? Bear with me,
Yes,
Z.
of course.
Bear with me, Z. Here we go. This is for you.
Absolutely ruddy. An Asian with a short lightsaber is playing into stereotype.
Jeez.
Sorry for slowing my words down a pint of and half of vodka and you need it for this, don't you?
Oh, you do.
I see absolutely ruddy is the original Basil. That's Basil Brush, isn't it?
Yeah, we know Basil.
Oh, look who's here, everybody.
Dark side of the walk. How did he get a wrench? Does everyone get a wrench on this channel, Brown?
If they've been here more than once, yes.
Yeah, Darkside's been here ages, long time. Stranger grunts.
Grunting.
Are they still
Why
calling
did-
him the stranger?
Yeah, I was going to say, why does the
Yeah.
subtitle call him Stranger? We know who
Yeah.
he is.
Well, kind of yes and no, in that I assumed that Chimere was an alias he was using. So at no point does anyone ever actually learn what he's really called, I don't think. And so there's the bit in episode 6, I think it is, at the really long pointless filler. Well, that's all of them. The one where they're all on the beach and Osha says, "Well, I've never heard of you." And I said, "Well, yeah, but that's because he doesn't even have a fucking name, so of course you haven't." But I think
didn't
for the
bother
purposes
giving
of the
him
show, he is a stranger. We don't know who he is.
They didn't bother giving him a story, so why give him a name? It's not
Yeah.
really worth it. I still want to know what his mission is. He seems to be killing the people who went to the witches' coven, but he had nothing to do with that.
Well, my read of it was that because Plagueis is living in his cave for some reason, that he is Plagueis' apprentice, and so he is going after the people who are related to the witches because that's all related to the Force Virgins, and Plagueis is interested in that. So the reason he wants the twins is to help Plagueis, would be my guess for what a season 2 arc would be. But then at the end of this episode, they voluntarily leave one of the twins behind. Spoilers, not that anybody cares. So maybe it's not that.
Z, triumphant music playing. Ruin?
Yeah, I recognised that immediately. Actually, it was the background music from the porno I was watching last night.
Oh yes,
which featured Leslie Headland and her husband. It was a rather arousing watch.
Oh, you too have downloaded the Shagalite.
Z, could we get you back on for this one by Gavin Blackburn?
Gavin Blackburn, wrenched. Saul has a little crock. I'm assuming that's the way you say it.
Indeed.
They keep doing
Okay.
those all-powerful moves, how
Yes.
that Soul just did, that just wiped out the whole area. But then they just forget to do those again when they need them, like when Soul's surrounded. They just turn that power on and off as they please.
It's the same with the Stranger, because in episode 5 at the very beginning, actually it's the end of episode 4, when he uses the Force push against like several Jedi and he's able to push him back. Yeah, he doesn't do that again.
And that comes into it later where they're like, we've got to get away, the Jedi coming. It's like, hang on, you killed a whole heap of them on your own. Now you got the twins helping you. You should be fine.
Exactly.
I mean, just look at this shot. It's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, let's just call
We don't
it
even
as it
talk about
is.
the helmet anymore. And that's the most stupid helmet.
Utterly fucking ridiculous. It's about 5 sizes too big. It's on with the best will in the world. He's in good nick, this guy, but he's got a small frame. It just looks utterly fucking ridiculous. Maybe on someone like who is the bearded guy from the Ahsoka? The
Balin.
Skull.
Balin. Yeah. With his big broad shoulders, his big
Rest in
frame,
peace,
he's
Ray Stevenson.
strapping man, he could have pulled it off, but no, it's fucking useless. Okay, where are we up to? Maybe is Brian back?
No, he's still muted.
No, he's Brian's moved into Force Ghost form, I think.
He left when I turned up, and I'm taking that personally.
Well, the rumor is, Robot Ed, it's basically you are Brian just doing an accent. That's the rumor that's going around.
Brian's Australian accent's better than mine.
We've got a super chat come in.
Yeah,
It's a
sorry, folks.
fairly-
I know I
fairly
got very.
hefty one. Should we
Yeah,
do
go
it?
on. Yeah, go on. I've highlighting my bad habits.
Brown and or Ruin, may you
Sorry.
please stop smacking your lips before you start talking. Other than that, these roasts are priceless and so much fun. You're far more
Sorry,
entertaining than all the other guys.
I can't help it.
Wait till they find out it's not smacking your lips, it's making that sound.
It's smacking his butt
Thank
cheeks
you, my
together
friend.
as he does the old.
We're talking about the Acolyte. Surely smacking lips is something that's very familiar to the writers of this show.
Boom.
More boring chats. For a show that really doesn't do dialogue very well, they seem to have an awful fucking lot of it, don't they?
Horrendous doing this today.
This is the bit where, anyway, Maya's priming Osha for the big reveal that Squid Game did nothing wrong, but she should think that he did, which is basically what's happening here. Because the show seems to think this is a big, scandalous reveal, and that it is telling Osha something that she either didn't know, and that if she did know, it would ultimately completely change what she says. But Maya's lying. May did actually set fire to the entire fortress. She did do all of this. She's not exonerated, except in the eyes of the show, but the show gives us no reason for her to be exonerated.
Not only did she set the fire, but she locked everybody in, so they couldn't escape.
Yeah. Although that
And
was
she
her
said to her-
evil, horny mother who told her to do that when she could have done it herself. Before, oh God, now I'm remembering all the shit about the previous episode. The mother who said she would die to protect her children and turns out to be the only witch who doesn't die. Yeah, that was good.
I was going to say, what happened to Coral? Because she disappears into like a forced smoke, and she's never heard of again.
She will return in season 2. Leslie actually answered this in an interview. She said, if there's no body, then they're not dead. And her species will give you a clue as to where she ends up, which is obviously Dathomir. because she's in-
Dathomir.
Yeah,
Oh
Zabrak.
my God.
There's no body.
Then she's not dead.
So instead of helping her children, she fucked off back to Dathomir.
Yeah, even though she's the only one who was committed to dying for her children.
And it also means she would have been hanging around when one of her kids was still hanging around on the island on her own and still fucked off.
So Sol was a better father to them than she ever was.
But May was still left behind. Like, but she didn't bother looking after her. She just must have left.
And how did she leave? Because the witches didn't seem to have any ships. Can she force fart herself across the galaxy like a cloud of space fart?
In the ass of one of those big whales.
Brown, could you read this line out, but just for the man baby in the chat who paid us $20 to submit his complaint? Yeah, could you get as much lip smacking in as you can in between each word? Go on, Brown.
Every day since you left, I need to drink our home. Mastication.
There we go.
I can't
don't
help
remember
it.
that, Jedi Master.
I can't help it, sorry.
Ah, mastication.
I think we've lost them. It's okay. We'll see you next week.
I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you.
Project Redford. So this chat continues. They're debating Sol, aren't they? Basically, the virtues of Sol, or the problem of Sol.
I like the family reunion where they're talking about the death of their parents turns into an all-out fight. Are they Scottish or something? Like, but the way these two attack each other is just so out of place.
And they're both using the same fighting technique, even though they were trained by different people.
It was like they're a mirror.
It's like Sub-Zero against his the other one in
Scorpion.
Yeah, in what is it? Mortal Kombat? God, I'm testing myself here. Actually, Robot's Head in the chat says 200 million folks. Fuck me. In fact, why don't we get Robot Head to read that? Go on, Robot's Head.
200 million folks. Fuck me.
There we go. That's is it breaking the fourth wall, or I don't know what they call that. Anyways, mind-bending stuff. Anyway, we have a fight.
Ooh, that was a good shot of the stunt woman there.
Yeah. Go back. Stunt woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at the jawline on that.
There's a good scene for a queef right there.
Okay, just in case we had forgotten. Sorry, chat moved up. Internet help desk. Wrenched. $12,500 a second.
That's hard to comprehend, isn't it?
Crazy.
These bits where they try and do the sort of
squirt. Again.
The Star Wars humor just falls so flat because they just come out of nowhere.
Where's Pip getting all this fluid from?
Do you want to know?
Is it gender fluid?
I might be.
Apparently that's a female singer vocalizing. Don't know where she's vocalizing from, but
Z, can you do female singer vocalizing?
No.
I finally figured it out, Brown. It's the tune that my beloved team Everton come onto the pitch to. It is. That's it.
Oh, you mean the team that cheated Leeds United out of?
Oh, go shove it up you.
I thought it was Knight Rider.
Common People's got a question. Which is which?
Answers on a postcard, please.
Anyway,
you know the Simps love to find a scene that they just jerk off for the whole week over, where they kick each other here and it goes into the lightsabers being crossed. They I heard a lot about that this week. How it's the greatest shot in all cinema.
Oh my god!
What is this? What is, from people like me? What is a simp?
A simp.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are going down on Kathleen Kennedy the whole time and
Are they
jerking
being
off.
paid by Disney?
I don't think they have to be paid. I think they just do it for the clout.
Okay.
Is that some acting range you're seeing on screen, or is this just shite?
It's an expression, which is more range than we normally get from her. That's more like it.
Oh, yes. Back to the old wooden.
Both grunting.
Hello.
Here we go. That's
Matrix. Drink, everybody.
That's the bit from that to the lightsabers they were just jerking off to all week.
That's clearly her body double on the right, isn't it?
Absolute Ruddy's taking the absolute piss. He says this show is the Everton of Star Wars. It's just damn right offensive.
Cheating its viewers, yes.
Brownie, we need another slide deck, apparently. We're running out of slides. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Bear with me. That was 03. Let's go to 04.
Is this shot supposed to be a representation of Venestra and Leslie Headland scissoring, the previous one?
Oh, have you seen the size of them? I doubt it.
Fucking scissoring.
And there was a rather, I mean, I'm sure they thought it was a clever cut, wasn't there? But as their legs clashed.
Yeah, I love the like the parallels. It's just fucking amazing.
That's what the Simp's been going off about. That transition was just the most incredible thing ever.
Pants, amazing.
But it's all spectacle without substance. This would be like significant if it was grounded in anything meaningful.
Lightsabers clashing. I must really wedge the super chat in if that's okay, Brownie. Jonathan Showalter.
Hail.
$10, but it's not the real pounds, but it's the dollars. We'll let him off. He says, I mean no ill will. I'm always on guard when they open a sentence like that. He says, I really do love these streams. I wish this channel would have shown up in my recommendations, but if it wasn't for little Platoon, I never would have found you guys. Oh, you're here now, and we owe Platoon for
everything.
Attracting his minions to our piss take of a channel.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks, Jonathan. Good to have you on board.
Thank you, Lord.
Jonathan, if you want to join the VIP section of the Brown channel, you need to unsubscribe. If you unsubscribe, apparently you get a link by email, which gets you into the VIP. Indeed, everybody else should try this neat trick.
What would you do if my subs went down to 0 overnight?
Well,
you'd feel very bad then, wouldn't you?
Well, let's just say your expectations would be subverted, Brown. Anyway, back to the show. I'm only joking. Don't unsubscribe, folks. He gets them all sweaty under the bollocks when I talk like that. Okay, we've got a lightsaber fight going on and a ship in the background. Ploots, let's bring you in. Who's on this ship and what's going to happen here? And what's
it is mean? Master Greedy and her huge team of Jedi, which is small enough not to cause any kind of alarm. And Squid Game rightly thinks that they've come to arrest the evil person with a red lightsaber who massacred lots of Jedi, because that's what you would assume, given he called them here. Smilo then says, oh, they've not come for me, which kind of entails they've come for him, but that makes no sense because they have no reason to come for Squid Game at all. So, and it's also, it never comes up again either, so never mind.
And why would Smilo even think that? Like, why would he even assume that they'd be coming for him?
Yeah, the only way he'd know that is if he understood what Venestra's intentions are, which we don't even know at this point.
So it makes it difficult for him to know.
And he would have to know that she was even involved in this in any respect at all, which he doesn't, as far as I know. Like, he's never met her since. He's not aware of her investigating anything. And we don't know what she's doing either. So no, like, that's a meta line, basically.
Ruin, if I may, quickly becoming one of my favourite people in the chats. Christian Mawson, never trust an Evertonian.
Well, let's not segue into a damn football chat because sure we've got some other dodgy fans on the panel tonight. I mean,
No, it's just Everton. I mean, this show wouldn't pass financial fair play either, so there's that in common.
Oh God, even Ploots is putting the goddamn boot in.
Z, any chance of doing a female singer vocalizing, please?
Oh,
yes, of course. So I'm getting really good at this.
You are, Ruin?
Yeah, I know that one. I was in the cinema one night. It was 1982, and in front of me was this young man with his tutor, and just as his tutor pulled his pants down and started
Well, it was
getting
about
all
7
goofy,
years before it actually happened, but go on,
his phone,
I'll
his,
run with it.
his phone went off, and that was the tune.
We didn't have
that was
mobile phones back then.
Well, it was a wired phone, with the
Plastic
dial
cup
thing
string,
on.
yes.
Yeah, and that was the ringtone. Apparently, there we go. Anyway, back to the shite. More whooshing. Someone's on the
lots of whooshing. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the 8th whoosh.
Ninth. Whooshing.
Oh, good God! Look at that shot. Oh, look at the shot. Is Brian back here? Is he still in the Force Ghost realm?
Is in the realm of.
Oh, he's just here in spirits. He was here for the first hour.
Yeah.
Looks like Batman's turning up.
Oh yeah, good call. There we go.
So all of a sudden they stop fighting each other.
Yep, they stop fighting because
And
there's
that's it.
whooshing. We get reverse shots. And back to the other fight.
Lightsabers clashing.
We were told this was going to be an even more epic fight than the one from episode 5 or whatever it was. I mean, are you with us, Swappers? What Swappers? I know you have strong tastes when it comes to lightsaber duels. Where do you rank this?
I don't rank it at all, really. I think aren't they all? They're still like trying to hit each other's weapons instead of actually trying to hit each other. God, bring back Nick Gillard for God's sake. Whoever's choreographing the fights in this show has not a clue. It wouldn't surprise me if Leslie Headland's done it herself, and this is how she's seen her little niece flap about a toy lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge in her lounge, trying to hit a pinata or something. Because this is just not Jedi fighting to any degree. And this Khmer guy is supposed to be incredibly adept Sith, right? Who blew away 12 Jedi in the previous episode, and now he's having trouble knocking this guy out. This show's just all over the place with its continuity.
Sol took his lightsaber out though.
Yes,
Look at
he
that
did.
shot. Look at what we're looking at. It's fantastic. South Park. The Canadians.
There's a theory here, Robot Ed. What do you make of it? Absolutely, Ruddy says lightsaber fights in the daytime look shit.
They do in this show. The lightsabers look like shit.
Well, the hell.
Today I'm back. Apologies. Bit of a domestic going on. Did anyone mention the fact that he gave up on his lightsaber despite the fact he can detach the bottom bit that ignites separately?
Ah, good spot. Yeah, which he just did literally a few moments ago. But no, yeah.
And why take the helmet off? Wouldn't the helmet be more important now?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I thought he was going to use it as a weapon, given that that's what it's useful for, but he never thinks to do that.
Hang on a minute. He's giving up now. He's just letting him. He's holding him at saber point. Well, we know he can defeat God knows how many Jedi at once, and he's just giving up.
Why didn't it just take his head off at this point?
Yeah.
Is this? I can't remember exactly where we are in terms of where May and Osha are. Is this him? No, yeah, because he knows that she's there, doesn't he? So isn't she? He's trying to bait Squid Game into killing him in front of one of the twins to prove how bad Squid Game is. I think is my guess at what they were going for there.
Good call, that Plute. I think
breathing heavily.
But then she grabs his she grabs that lightsaber and throws it away, and it seems to smash. And I assumed it was broken, which was really silly because they shouldn't break that easily. It's actually not broken, but that means he could have used the Force to get it back at any moment, and he didn't do that because why would he? I guess.
Well, it's broken enough to see that, so to allow the audience to see that it turns crimson inside.
Oh, there are some things to be said about that.
Yeah, that's another one. but this bit was strange to me. I don't know if it's an editing problem. I'm going to be kind and assume it's an editing problem. She throws it away. You're going to imagine that it's smashed. But then Smilo says, "Strike him down." And you're like, she literally just threw the fucking lightsaber away, and now you're saying strike him down. Doesn't make any sense.
And then even though in the last episode she advanced on him, or the previous one, she advanced on him with a knife, going to stab him in the back. She's back to saying, no, he needs to stand trial. So, whatever.
Master Niyat would... Oh, go on, Robos.
I was just saying, we've seen lightsabers thrown all over the place, and we've never seen one break so easily. Like, he should have built a better one.
Well, I mean, Disney's so terrible with their lightsabers and their continuity. In the Ahsoka show, the dark saber is supposed to be made from... Was it the Mandalorian? I think it might have been Mandalorian. The dark saber itself is supposed to be made from, the Mandalorian metal. Forgotten the name of it now. Not Cortosis. Beskar. That's it. And it broke like a plastic toy. So they obviously don't know what they're dealing with at all.
Just another continuity point, because that's what we're here for. The last conversation they had in full on the ship was him saying to her, "It's time for me to face the High Council."
Yes.
And she has let him all the way down here and disarmed him on a merry chase, after a merry chase. And now she's saying, no, I'm not going to kill him. I want him to face the High Council, which is the thing he said he was going to do when you interrupted him the last time. What the fuck is going on, show?
Pointless tosh. Master Niyat, could you read this fabulous entry from Side Effect, please?
Sure. Side Effect. Wrenched. I care about this as much as I do when my nephew draws me something. Both are lauded shite.
Oh no. Well, but you're still going to stick it.
35.
He's still going to stick it on his fridge, though, isn't he? And
wouldn't it be like a grim twist of fate if the nephew was in the chat right now? That would be funny.
The other problem with this too is, like, when the Jedi turn up the ship, everyone looks startled, but we don't know why everyone is. Shouldn't May be happy the Jedi have turned up to get him because that's what she wants? Sorry, I'm asking questions no one can answer.
Shall I do this?
Yeah, go on. This looks interesting.
New starship smell. Good news, guys. I checked the run times, minus recaps, opening and closing credits, which runs to 16,065 seconds. So the show only cost $11,204.48, not $12,500. Wow.
Oh, it's a bargain in that case. Money well spent. Go on, Brown. This could be your last chance because we know he's going to die in a minute.
I wanted to protect you both, Daniel-san.
When you do that, are you doing the eyes as well, just to go full in?
Got a lampshade on his head too.
And fake teeth in.
Let's go rightly. He's also shriveled his penis up as well, just to go full character.
Yeah, someone explain this to me.
You are not twins, Daniel-san. You are, I can't read it because I'm squinting my eyes. You and Osha are the same person, Daniel-san.
How does that make any sense whatsoever? Like,
it makes no sense.
No.
They're not. They're not the same person. Doesn't matter how many times you say it.
Perhaps they identify as the same person. I don't know.
It's insane. And they hate each other, supposedly. They're just trying to kill each other. But they're not the same person.
Yeah, the show tells us they are, but it can't figure out how to actually represent that. They're supposed to be one consciousness which has been split into two bodies. but in doing so, it's also split it into two consciousness. Conscious and I. So they're not the same person in any functional sense at all. It's just that one episode said they have the same symbionts, even though they are symbionts. They can't have the same symbionts if they are a symbiont. Fucking madness. Madness is what it is.
We may as well say identical twins in our world are the same person because it makes as much sense because the egg split.
Well, yeah, but it depends how they identify, though. Come on, get with it.
That's true.
And
Maybe
he's
if
waited
they,
until episode 8 to tell her this, and that's how long it took to tell her. He met her in episode 2. Like, at any given point in between episode 2 and that, he could have told her all of this. It's really simple. I mean, she wouldn't have done anything anyway because she still throws that "you murdered my mum" charge at him, which is ridiculous because, again, her mum jump scared him as an evil force demon, so he was justified. But
I don't know.
Easy.
Fuck was that?
What the?
Someone got a
fuck?
terror dog in their
The witches are
apartment.
coming
Like fucking, yeah, Rick Moranis.
That's my dog. Sorry.
Going to tell me this, you probably covered it in a previous stream, but how on earth can you stab someone to death who is already a cloud of mist?
Oh.
She created life. Then you saw.
Yeah, so the
Super
lightsaber.
easy.
Yeah, the lightsaber couldn't kill Sabine Wren or Reva, but it's able to kill like some sort of force
Force
ghost.
ghost.
it's because the render had disappeared, but the hitbox was still there. It's like a bad video game. It's slightly lagging.
Mm.
So maybe if these twins scissor each other in a bit of twincest, then they'll achieve their final form, like
that.
Darth Rick James or something.
Welcome to Twincest on Mr. Brown Lance.
Absolutely, Ruddy's just.
Can you read that one
go
down?
there. I don't want to go there, but I appreciate it, Ruddy. Get rid of it quick. Okay,
Your
so
lives. I thought it was one life they were sharing. Shouldn't it be your life? Shouldn't you be talking to them as if they're one?
what would the pronouns be if it's two people but one life?
Well, them
They-
obviously because it's
yeah,
got to
they-
be plural when it's one person.
Two
that they're
lives,
shooting
one
something
cup.
else.
I don't know.
And it all means nothing. Like they don't even have the same thoughts or memories or anything. Like they don't share anything. I'm sorry. This at one point fucking drives me crazy.
Why they all stood around when a moment ago they were trying to kill each other?
I know it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's the thing. It's quite a long exchange in dialogue.
Or is it
but
me?
Because the show doesn't know how it works, it just has everyone who's not immediately speaking just stands there waiting for their cue. Like none of them actually have anything else to do. So Smilo is just happy to wait for this to pan out for some reason.
I want someone
The
just to
history of
explain
the-
Smilo and May's relationship.
It's kind of inexplicable, I think, because he got her at some point in the past. We don't know when or from where he picked her up. We don't know how long they've been together. He offered her the chance to train in order to take revenge because he hoped that she would be able to transcend revenge in order to become something more than revenge. But he mistook her motive because in this show, except where they can all read minds, they can't read minds. So he didn't know what was going on with her, really. Then she betrayed him in order to not take revenge, which was an example of her being too consumed by revenge, which meant she was an inadequate apprentice. So he turned his attention to OSHA, ? And now she is the one who will take revenge, and May is the one who fucks up. I don't know.
But even 5 minutes before this, he was like, "You led me to her," which I assumed he meant May. So he was so intent on killing this person. He'd been training for years, I'm guessing, because she can kill Master Jedi. And then in this scene, he's trying to complete her training. It's so fucking bizarre.
It's all over the place because in episode 5 as well, May turns her back on the stranger by saying, "Now that Osha's alive, that changes everything. I'm going to turn myself in." And then at the end of the episode, she knocks her sister out and then just leaves her there. Like,
Speaking about leaving bodies around, what happened to all the witches' bodies?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was amazing last week.
It's been 16 years. The animals have got them by now.
What are those little rubbery elephant things on the beach?
The elephant birds have eaten them.
Platoon,
I'd like to
what
see
did-
May and Osher talking when they were reuniting, talking about the stranger, and May saying, "Oh, I never saw his face," and Osher going, "I saw his cock like 5 minutes after meeting him." It would have been quite a conversation. She goes, "I was with him for years, didn't even get to see his face." Maybe
Yeah,
she
well,
saw his cock all the
I'm
time.
his apprentice now, bitch.
She says, "Why didn't you tell me in the last 80 episodes? There's been about 15 attempts. He's tried to fucking tell her
Yeah.
alone."
They would have sent you away, Daniel-san.
Also, Osha, did you know that May started the fire? I haven't told you in 10 minutes. Fuck off. Fuck off.
They never would have let you become a
Become a Jedi, lads.
Become a Jedi, you
fucking
bastard.
northern bastard.
He was
tell you
all
what,
going
lad.
so well until he become a Jedi.
Fucking fish supper and fucking bottle of brewer sugar. I tell you what, lad, it fucking no chance when they've let you become a fucking Jedi with all that fucking going on it background. Where's me whippet?
You bastards. You set of bastards.
Oh, Brown, you've been doing so well, and it just unravelled right at the end. Oh.
Daniel-san.
Brown, we're going to need you to do Jedi sepulchre, if you could. Is that the
What?
phrase? Sepulchre?
Seppuku.
Sepulchre.
Possibly.
Yeah, sepulchre is like a tomb. Seppuku is ritual suicide.
Seppuku.
Before we go on, Platoon, you weren't here last week. What did you think to when all those witches died?
Yeah. It
What
was
did you
great. I loved it.
Yeah, we
It was
titted.
fantastic. They all deserved it. And then the extra funny thing is, because Leslie Headland went and did quite a long interview with Nerdist explaining everything about that episode and also spoiling the end of this one. And the interviewer seemed to have some pretty good questions. Actually, it was one of the best interviews I've read because the interviewer didn't really believe that this was what he'd had to watch. And so he said, so that when Trinity did that, what did she mean to kill them? And it turns out it was an accident. Trinity didn't mean to kill them. She just
What?
disconnected the Bluetooth and they all happened to die. But again, then they orchestrate this cover up, even though she had to protect a Jedi from being gang raped psychologically by a bunch of witches. The Jedi did nothing wrong in that episode. They didn't need the cover up.
That was gang raped, YouTube. Moving on.
Brian,
I
something just wants me to... Before we see the end of Sol, Brian, I just want to hear this in your Yorkshire accent, if you would, please.
I did everything because I...
No, I was referring to Amelia Clark. It's fantastic comments.
I'm terrible. Oh, I can't see that one. It's a bit problematic for me.
Oh, is it? I thought the abbreviation was okay, but okay. Fair enough. We're gonna bin that one. Put it in the super chat. We'll probably get Brown to do it. He's easily bought. This is the end of Sol, so you better give us your last Sol, Brown.
I did everything because
He's gone.
We lost Brown.
He's gone into the Force.
He's been transformed into the Force.
Force heaven. That's the end of Brown, folks. There we go. Oh, he's back. I'm going back.
we got some supers. Shall we do these or?
Yeah, we need an emotional break at this moment. Yeah,
Sol
Sol's
choking. Okay. Hopefully I won't fuck this up. Waiting patiently. Melvin deeply wrenched £2. The Fortress of Vaginitude.
My favourite fortress.
MGK4 wrenched. Canadian 5. Lesbian witches built the place out of flammable stone. May was the only one with trade skills and wanted to leave. No wonder they wanted to keep her. Handyman.
Makes sense.
Ran out of channel names. $5. I give this series Down Cat's Spare Chromosome Collection / out of 10.
Getting deep in the Brown Channel lore there, aren't we? People wondering what the hell a Downs cat is.
I think this one's directed at Master. Joe Edgar for $20. Do your best impression of Yoda, swearing furiously at Nepo Jedi lady at the end. Master?
Why are you doing this to me? You know I do the worst Yoda impersonation.
No, you do the best.
I hate you. You bitch.
Bitch, you are.
Did what? You fucking did.
Z, available, mate, please.
Yes, old cranky gamer for $10 says, I can imagine if this was 30 years ago, Brown showing us slides in his flat, and we're all trying to find excuses of why we need to go home.
Oh, bastard. Yeah, bastard. Brian,
Yes.
Brian, are you available, please?
Professor R2 for $5 says Saul, a Jedi Master, not only allows himself to be killed, but encourages his former Padawan to embrace the dark side. Screw this show. LH and KK. Oh no. Stood on my testicles, Osha.
Clear my browser history.
Get yourself!
Oh no.
That was his face when he read the script before he got the check. Fucking.
What's his name? What's this guy called again?
Squid Game.
Saul.
No, the actor who couldn't speak a word of English.
Li Jung-jae.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah? You like his death
scene?
scene?
He's great.
Yes, good. Yes.
Best thing about this. Yeah,
I felt sorry for him as well because he did nothing wrong. But I don't think the show doesn't really think that's what's true, but it is true. So I felt sorry for him for that reason.
Yeah.
Go on then, Bram. We're not going to get many more opportunities. Here's one from Internet Help Desk.
Oh my god.
Have I got to squint the eyes at the same time as well?
Yeah, see the whole. Get the lamp.
My bollocks! Get yourself.
Oh god, that's told me that. Oh no.
I don't understand this fucking. But she's right. Osha failed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Osha failed to become a Jedi because she couldn't overcome her rage at May killing her family.
Mm-hmm.
But we're supposed to assume that if Saul came clean, she would have been okay and become a Jedi. Yeah, surely not.
No. It's black on Asian violence that we keep hearing so much about on the news.
Usually in any scene you watch, you're meant to be on someone's side or at least have sympathy or understand where they're coming from. But in this, like, I have no idea whose side we're meant to be on or who we're meant to understand their motives or why they're doing anything. Like, everyone's just an asshole and we're meant to be enjoying it.
I sympathize with Tommen. He killed himself. And that's kind of, he got out of the show for no reason, except that he was in the show.
I think the show wants us to sympathize with Osha's actions here, when in actual fact it's Saul who's the character that's done nothing wrong. Like, I don't understand the framing of everything here.
If I may,
yeah,
she just murdered Saul.
Yes.
Is that a big butt plug in his belt?
No, he's just pleased to see. Well, he was pleased to see her. Yeah. So she just murdered him.
Yeah, he's dead.
Is that Osha?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I thought she was good.
Not anymore. We're about to see that she's not good anymore as well.
There's absolutely no one to root for in this series, apart from its ending.
when Anakin was choking Padme, it was tragic, and like he's turned to the
Yeah, but that
dark
was in the
side.
bedroom, though, wasn't it?
Yes, but his turn to the dark side is a tragic story where this is sort of meant to be celebrated. I think we're meant to be
Correct.
happy about her doing this and going off with the Asian dude.
I don't know what they want us to think. It's the idea that she is aggrieved, therefore she can do whatever the fuck she wants. I think. Do you know the idea of you've got a good character that eventually becomes bad and a bad character that eventually becomes good. That isn't a bad idea for a show, but the execution and the reasons why they do it and when they do it without any dramatic fucking. It's certainly on May's part, just decides in the middle of a forest. I think it'll be good. It could have been done so much
deciding
better.
to kill Sol at the drop of a hat. Like not even she didn't even give it 2 minutes, just straight into killing him.
Osha, yeah.
Z, can we get you to read this one out, please?
Of course.
I knew you were going to do that.
Nisong Dong. Is she giving Sol a hand shank? It's great to see because the violent twin gets to live the peaceful life and the peaceful twin gets to live the violent life. It's like poetry, it rhymes. Shut the fuck up.
A peaceful life after a lobotomy.
Sobbing.
Oh, who's sobbing? Is it
I
Sol
was.
or-
By
Oh,
this
no.
point, I was crying.
Oh. Brown, you finally got an accent that you nailed, and it's gone now. All your opportunity to do it's gone. Oh, dear.
I know. Z, uneasy music playing. Okay. Oh, he almost touched her. Do you see that? Oh, amazing. Oh, it was so amazing. Fucking God, I was creaming my pants.
There we go.
That's bad. You just know that this is so they can have the Hasbro FX Saber.
Oh, yes.
Gimmick done.
Z, sinister music playing.
This scene is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
If this was ever going to happen, it would have been the moment before Anakin killed the younglings.
Yeah.
But the reason that George didn't want it in Revenge is because it didn't look very good against him stuff background.
They also,
But
I
here-
might be wrong about this because I'm not that familiar with comics, but I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying there is a whole sort of Vader comics run where he tries and fails and tries and fails and in the end almost kills himself trying to bleed the lightsaber to the crystal even to get a red lightsaber because it's
Yep.
supposed to be incredibly difficult to do. But here she's just kind of annoyed and immediately it works.
What a stupid idea. Even in the EU stuff. Swap out the fucking crystal and that's it.
What emotion? Emotion can change the crystal color.
I think the idea is that there are no naturally occurring red kyber crystals. The only way to
Okay.
get the red one is that the Sith is part of a Sith ritual, and they have to pour all of their sort of hatred and their negative emotion, everything they feel bad about, they have to pour it all into this crystal, which corrupts the crystal in a process called bleeding, and that's what turns it red. And it is a very hard and tricky and difficult thing to do. It's a pivotal thing in becoming a Sith in the canon, I think, as it currently stands. The old way of doing it is you have to steal a lightsaber from a Jedi to do it, which he's just done. So obviously that part kind of matches. But it's not supposed to be the kind of thing you can just do when you're mildly pissed off or because it's your time of the month.
This is Star Wars theory showing the drama of Vader converting his crystal to red and the amount of effort and energy that it takes.
Oof. What a contrast.
I haven't checked on theory recently. Did his head literally explode when he saw this scene?
I think it might have done.
I hate this. Dr. Balls in the chat says it's caused by the heavy flow. That probably makes more sense in the context.
Jesus. Oh,
Look at
that.
that diversity of
Oh,
uniform.
it's amazing. Oh.
The costume designer really earned their money here, didn't they?
But just look how diverse the and representates the representation.
Well, we've got
It's
one
amazing.
alien and all the rest are diverse humans.
And the only white male is a beta.
Yeah.
Oh, he is,
Oh, it's
isn't
our
he?
old favourite Mog, isn't it?
Yeah, I think white male's a bit of a stretch.
Weight was a bit high too.
It's like the Met Police, just fucking checkbox higher, absolutely fucking useless. But anyway, we'll roll with it.
Forswearing.
Oh, this is where he
Just
slams
seeing-
his helmet back on to block the call.
Yeah. Which means that the only reason Camille took the helmet off previously was so that Vanessa could sense him. Like, it was just to facilitate that one thing.
Seen you watch a really talented actor, someone like Hugo Weaving, and how they, if they're not using their face, how much they can use their body to portray, and they just tell the story themselves, and then you watch her stoating about, one arm goes up, and the whole rest of us just still. She's absolutely, she's a fucking plank, a green
She
plank.
has, yeah, she has one look, one tone. I think there could have been something interesting if, when she's speaking to the Jedi, trying to manipulate them, she put on a completely different face to what she does when she's by herself. But she's the same character throughout. Like, there's no change.
You're alive.
So another failed Padawan and another failed teacher, I see. Again.
Are they celebrating failure?
They should kill that little fuck.
Yeah.
Can't
stand that.
A couple of rat traps about.
We'll get together tonight and put you back up my arsehole.
Ruin, you available, please?
Yeah.
Or anybody from Romeo?
Romeo T and Z wrenched $10. The New Zealand sword says, got to go to work now. Thanks for saving me from watching the show. Congratulations for getting to the end of it. The highlight, well, we haven't just yet. The highlights for me have been Ruin singing and Z's musical interludes. Cheers. Thanks very much. Just sing you out there. Brilliant. So we have some tete-a-tete sister on sister action. Don't get too excited, man, babies. It's not like the porno I watched last night. But yeah,
Even
she's
though
gonna.
You just learned, okay, fine, that your mum died because Sol killed her. Didn't learn that she's a smoke demon, but never mind. She still tried to burn you alive. Like, where does this immediate character switch to trust come from?
Weren't they fighting just 5 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Internet Help Desk asked the question. I've been asking all through this fucking show, which one is which one is me?
I don't think the people making the show know the difference, and the actress doesn't do anything, like not even a small mannerism or anything different in the performance. And I'm sure once they changed the outfits, that even the crew were getting confused of who was who, because they just played exactly the same.
But according to Leslie Headland, Amanda Stenberg went really deep into both of these characters. To the extent where she was like, she wanted to figure out in her own head which one was born first. She wanted to figure out what their spirit animal would have been, because obviously that's what you need to know about these characters. So maybe figure out the basics of how you're portraying them, and then get onto the spirit animal, you weird freak. But no, she went for spirit animals first.
Look at that for a diverse crew, though. It's amazing.
Where's the aliens?
No, I feel really represented with that.
But a dead old man on the floor.
The old guy with a beard.
That's a metaphor for my channel after this stream, folks.
All these witnesses and the green lizard just gets to cover all this up quite easily at the end by just saying it didn't happen.
Well, what's weird is that Vanessa is able to sense what happened 16 years ago.
16 years, yeah.
They're all Jedi Masters, so they should be able to sense the same thing and figure out what had happened. But the show seems to forget the other's false abilities when it's convenient.
Let's go back quickly. Back. How amazing is that? Look at that.
They've all hit their marks to be perfectly spread out.
I like the guy with the big grey beard as well.
Master Hipster.
Yes.
He looks a bit like you, Brown.
Oh, I just feel so represented. Whatever.
Oh, I tell a lie, there is an in there. It's got a bit of spray paint around about under the chin, like Boy George. Yep.
Where are the robots though?
Well, you've got one on your stream right now.
Yeah, but it's not there on the screen, so moving on.
I'm looking forward to Robot Head's coverage of this episode, or the episode whenever Jedi Knight Soy Boy there speaks, because when he does his videos, he speeds them up a little bit, so the voices go a bit higher pitched. So his voice is going to sound hilarious when you do that.
That video should be out in about 6 months' time, so look forward to that. I'm right on top of this show.
Z, ominous music playing. Shall I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's gone.
J-Chan.
Do you know where that's from, Ruin?
The set, the scene.
No, the music that Brown just did.
Oh, no, I didn't hear it.
Oh, you didn't. It was the sound of silence.
Can't keep a good man down. The tune, I do know where it's from. It's the music that Brownie edited into his homemade video, which was called "The Night My Tutor Stayed Over," Part 1.
Don't forget, folks, subscribe to Mr. Brown's OnlyFans.
Where I pay you.
We're deep in the Brown Alliance lore. So deep, Master Niyat's got no idea what we're going on about, but he still sticks with us. God bless.
I will say, peeps, while you're here, could you just press the 218 people? If you've not already done so, just press the thumbs up. 210. I'll shut the fuck up.
Apparently, I keep hearing these tips and tricks, Brown. Apparently, there's this weird trick.
Oh, here we go.
If you report the channel, it actually boosts you in the algorithm.
Oh, he's gone. Hi, Ruin.
Hello. I'm just
You're in the middle now.
out.
You're in a Platoon and Robot Head sandwich.
Oh, awesome.
Z, tense music playing.
Bum, 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 bum.
Ruin. Moving on.
We've done like 18 of these. I'm running out of witty retorts, if I'm honest.
It's a real shame that we didn't get the metaphor of Basil running along that tunnel, isn't it?
Oh, no. How good could that have been? Yeah.
Oh, like kind of a Richard Gere thing. Is that what you're implying?
I like people complain that there was an airport on the Death Star that was about the size of a soccer ball, but every building in Star Wars now has a huge duct like this. You can just walk in and out of buildings. Like the Boba Fett, what was it? They're showing that they just went to the kitchen through one of these big tunnels.
And the Jedi in a couple of episodes ago forcibly entered I'm catching what you've got, Brown. Forcibly entered this facility via the main door, like breaking and entering, when they could have just easily found this chute here and just slipped in unannounced.
That's an amazing shot.
All those Jedi Masters, they need that rat to sniff things out because their powers
Ruin,
are so
go back
shit.
quickly. Z, gentle music playing. Oh, fuck.
Dun, 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 dun.
Moving on.
So I presume that this was meant to be significant of some sort, but could I be asked working it out? I don't know. It's featured in a previous scene or something. I don't know. Ploots, help me out.
The Munter tree.
Bunter tree.
Bunter.
What's this? The Bunter? Isn't that the festival that Lando was in and Rise of Skywalker? I don't know.
No, it's Bunter Eve is a Tatooine holiday. It's the Bunter Eve Classic is the pod race that Anakin's racing in Phantom Menace. I guess they just kind of forgot they'd already used the name.
If in doubt, call it the Bunt or something. Is this the sex scene we've finally been waiting for, Brown?
Well, if it was very disappointing.
Is she suddenly crying for some reason?
You are with me. I am with you.
How long do you reckon she was on that planet with all her dead mothers?
Well, one mother was alive. That's what I want to know. What was going on?
She went back to Dathomir. But how did May get off this planet? Because there's nobody left there.
This is where the
She had-
lightsaber flies off, isn't it?
Luckily, there was enough bodies to eat to keep her going.
Oh, look at that.
I like this. I like, as far as I remember the sequence of events, the Jedi arrive in Fort Vagina. They investigate Fort Vagina. Green Bean tells them to go and look for the twins. And all that time, Smilo is still in Fort Vagina. And now he's already found them, even though he left after the Jedi and they have a tracking beaver. He's already found them and they are still looking because the show struggles with everything to do with time.
Yes. As Inter says, the Jedi are indeed using a rat to locate the sisters.
Smilex, isn't it?
And where is Smilex, by the way?
Probably working.
But he offers to Robot. Can you kind of make sense of this? He's what erase their sister's mind so she can. I honestly couldn't fucking losing the will to live at this point. So what do you make of it, Robot?
I didn't think it could get more stupid until that scene. And the way they just decide to lobotomize her on the spot, even though they've just reunited. And the three of them could probably easily take out all those Jedi. Or just leave. Just all go together. Like, do something. You're on a whole planet. But no, we're going to wipe her whole mind. And the switch of which sister to take, I don't have answers. I'm sorry. It's too fucking stupid.
And it's not a proper
is behind it, then it makes no sense leaving one of the twins behind. You've just found the most powerful thing force-wise in the entire galaxy. If Plagueis is behind it, he would want both of them. Even if he isn't, Smilo, you would think would want both of them because they are supposed to be the same person and they're born of a Force Virgins and they are incredibly powerful. You wouldn't voluntarily split them up again, given the entire show has been about them being inexorably drawn together. But I don't know why they've done it. Maybe it's because his ship only has 2 seats, and so they thought, well, we can't take them all.
And she's still going to be put away for murder, even if you blank her mind. Like, that shouldn't matter. I think it is going to matter, but she still killed people. She still killed Jedi. She's still probably going to get executed in any sort of normal story. But no, if we blank her mind, that's going to work somehow.
And it's not a proper lobotomy, it's selective lobotomization because she still remembers some things. It's just conveniently she forgets
all the training will be gone.
Sorry, guys, I kind of zoned out with what we just recently said, but can I just ask a question?
Your show.
Why?
I don't know. They should have all left together.
Or is that just too simplistic? Why?
Yes, this explanation is fucking ridiculous.
Anybody in the chat know? Why? I don't know.
Well, what we needed, Brown, was someone in the Lucasfilm story group writing room just to say the word fucking why at some point, and maybe there would have been some
saved
sense.
this. You could have saved this, couldn't you?
I could have saved this, I could have. Like I did save the sequels.
That's the thing with this show. It's beyond not liking what they're choosing or they've gone down this weird path or whatever. It just makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Like, who thought wiping out her mind was going to work or made any sense whatsoever? That's the bit I could never get past, is let alone that it makes it on screen. You think someone suggesting it would be fucking laughed out of the room.
Yeah. And May's whole motivation, May tried to burn her sister alive to stop her leaving to join the Jedi. And her arc has been from that position to now saying, I won't stop you from joining the Sith, but there's nothing that's actually taken her on that journey. She has just jumped from, I did the polar opposite thing, and now I'm doing the other polar opposite thing because reasons. And like my entire story has been about trying to get you back, having tried to kill you to try and save you. Fuck it. And now we've got this. How does this get through any script revision process? It makes no sense.
And Osha's dream was to be a Jedi her whole life, so much so she was going to leave her family to go be a Jedi. But now apparently her dream was to be a Sith.
If
I'm
I
not
may,
going to stop you going.
Well, she's joining the. Sorry, Brown. Go on.
No, go on. Go on.
Well, I was going to say she's joining the
Ruin.
Sith.
Pull it back. Go on, sorry.
She's joining the Sith because she just found out that Saul killed her mother, but she wasn't given the full context of the situation that led to that, which was her mother was trying to corrupt her sister in some way. Like in that scene, when she turns into a Force ghost, we see Maze disintegrating, and Saul's assumption is that she's trying to kill her. So all of that is left to the wayside in order for this to happen.
I love that bit in that episode as well. It's so funny. She transforms into a smoke demon. She gets stabbed, and only after she's stabbed does she say, "But I was trying to give you the child."
That. Yeah, we said that.
We
didn't
but
know
I
why
wasn't here, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we
and
didn't
the
figure out
scene
why she went into a big grey ghost.
Yeah, what makes that scene even more bizarre is the scene literally begins with Saul walking up to her and her saying, "You want to know if we're going to let Osha leave with you?" And then she doesn't answer it until she gets stabbed.
It's another one of those answers that Leslie Headland doesn't have either, because that was another question that was asked in that Nerdist interview, and the interviewer said, you know, what is actually going on there? And Headland said something like, well, you know, we've established in this show that it's an honor seeing things get transformed into the Force. So what she was trying to do was kind of transform them both into the Force, but in a way that doesn't kill them. And that's the extent of the explanation. Even though transformed into the Force is a euphemism for dying, that's always been the case. I don't think even Leslie knows what's going on in that episode.
Other than these nitpicks,
Other than that, it's great, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I was just going to say, so there's Basil and the tracker dogs, you know, Soy Boy approaching. They're quite close because you can hear them. All this is going on to wipe her memory. Why didn't they just fuck off altogether?
Because they can obviously just fuck off, because they do, even after they wipe her mind. Like, all of a sudden, they can't be tracked because her mind's wiped. It just, none of it makes any fucking sense.
Do you know, see if they're going to, it's a fucking stupid gimmick, but see if they are going to use the mind wipe, why not have that already been used on a character at the very start, so that character finds out what her past is, what's going on, the same time as the audience does.
Yeah, great.
That'd be a more
Seems pretty
interesting
easy to do. They should do the mind wipe just in the middle of fights. Just keep wiping minds all around you so no one knows. Wipe all the Jedi's mind that are turned up, and they won't know why they're there.
Just one. This is where she's for.
Oh, what's going on? There you go.
That's short.
Oh,
Jedi.
Oh, this is where she's forgot. You get. You get. She's been wiped, everybody.
Seeing this
She's
scene,
been rebooted.
You can almost hear the tears of the crazy cat ladies watching this, can't you? Just falling on their fucking.
Oh no, they're just
Big Mac meal,
stroking their pussies, watching it, just crying.
They're just
God, I
gushing
have absolutely
over it.
no emotion to either of these murderous little bitches.
Well, Basil to the rescue, folks.
Basil's so important to this series.
Lie down any weapons you have and surrender.
There we go. I didn't even need to.
The fucking Rylan there. Stop.
I like that Smilo was running from that guy, like scared to face him.
That building's changed, by the way.
So Basil knows there's two of them. Why did they just stop at finding one?
Look at the neck. See that previous slide? Look at the neck of the guy on the left. What the fuck is that haircut and beard all about? And the beard, not even to mention the BMI. Fuck me.
You had to rush out of the hairdressers halfway through. They were just drying it off.
They really just went in and did a recruiting session in Leslie Headland's favourite gay hangout, didn't they? And just sort of dragged them all into the studio.
This doesn't achieve anything though, because what was the motive for my wiping her mind is what exactly?
Leave it. Leave us.
Well, I guess potentially you could say she knows the location of the undisclosed planet, and they don't want the Jedi to know what that is because that's where Plagueis is.
What's her reasoning for not going with Osha and Smilo?
Oh, there's no explanation for that.
Oh, okay.
A fire.
Wait, She's had a mind wipe, but she seems to be remembering everything that's been wiped.
It's
Well, she said
selective
she
mind
remembers
wipe.
it from the
As I
age
said.
of 8 years or something. Well, I
But
bet
she
she's
decides that
medicated.
straight away. She doesn't just think, oh, she's bullshitting us. She's just lying. She's saying she doesn't remember anything. It's like they're virtually going to just let her go now.
Poor Saul, getting stitched up like a right kipper. Poor bastard. Justice for Saul, everybody.
So is the Green Lizard meant to be the most evil one through the whole series? Like, is that what we're meant to take away? That she's actually the baddie?
I wouldn't have said so until this episode, because like she's got a whole run in the comics when I think she's supposed to be a protagonist and a hero and a fairly good person. And it's surprising that they would choose to turn her into a villain. It's only when she seems to like land Sol in it for no reason that I think, yeah, maybe. Otherwise, I would have assumed that they were just going to have it like it's another tragic loss. Smilo turned evil. She didn't make him evil.
Did I not call it on one of the previous streams that she's going to be the baddie? Sure, I did.
She's supposed to be the bad. I don't know if she's even supposed to be the baddie. I don't think that Leslie or the writers think that she's the baddie. It's
No, in the same way,
get any fucking sense watching it goes, well, she must be the baddie.
Here we go. We're going to be told everything again. What went on?
Exposition time, folks.
Yes.
What a fabulous panel of the Jedi Council or whatever the hell they are. What are they?
This is the Republic. This is the Senate Tribunal.
Wow.
So, like, I think the reason she's blaming Sol for all of the things he technically didn't do, I think, is just to protect the Order, which is what the out will be for her not being a villain. She's doing all of this to protect the Jedi against something worse, which is politics. But even the account she's giving here is stuff they already knew. The account she's giving is just the account they got by way of the cover-up, and not actually implicating Squid Game in anything especially wrong. So, anyway.
I want one of them to say, didn't Trinity get killed before Sol was even on the case?
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to ignore that.
I don't understand how it protects the Jedi Order here at all, because it's literally what she says happens, or her version of what happens, is the very fear that David Harewood had. So why it's just playing right into his hands? What's the fucking... Makes no sense.
To your point... Sorry, right ahead. Go ahead.
The real story makes the Jedi look better. Her version, exactly what you're saying, right, Brian, is what they want, is what they're fearing of the Jedi. It's such a fucking odd way for this character to go.
What does that look like?
The lead Republic member there.
Yeah. What fucked her, whatever.
To your point, Robot Head, not only did Indara die before Saul was in the investigation, but she died while Saul was teaching Padawans on Coruscant. So all this council would have to do is go through the logs and see that Saul couldn't have killed Indara because he was there. Like,
and then there's all the Jedi at the temple where
the local Jedi temple who all know what's happened.
They all know what happened.
Yeah, and let's not forget Yord's apprentice who left on Coruscant before he got his neck snapped like a little clown boy.
Yeah, she knows what's going on. Well, she had an idea.
Rune, we've got a couple of supers before we get to the nub of it. Yeah,
take it away.
Okay. Swappers, you available, mate? Please.
Yes, Shambaholic for 4.99 Imperial credits. For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi were the guardians of corruption and kidnapping in the Old Republic. That's bloody correct.
Z, are you available, please?
All right. Matt Adams, Spaghetti Fanatic, for $10 says, spoilers. I almost felt bad that one of the sisters was going to have the brain of an 8-year-old and being left alone in the galaxy. But then I realized she could get a job writing for season 2.
Well done, Adam.
May's had a shit life, hasn't she? Watched her mum die, got left on a planet, trained to be bad. Her teacher tried to kill her, and now she's had her mind wiped.
Of a week.
What does that look like then?
Um,
An uncircumcised penis.
It looks like a hippo shagged
An orangutan.
a Chinese man.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Wow!
Brown.
No, I mean the
can't believe
clothing.
that.
What a way to finish.
The clothing.
Wow.
Ah, yes,
screw,
the clothing.
screw the gags, Brown. Let's just go full fucking.
Lampshade on your head.
It's sorry, folks. It's been a wild ride. I don't think we'll be here next week.
Wow. Yep. I wouldn't go spending that super chat money too soon, Brown. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think I'll have to get the lawyers involved, everybody.
Okay, we have got some proper submissions. Brian Blessed fucked a moose.
Mouse.
Dwarf fucked a monkey. Hamster fucked ZZ Top.
All I can see is a hairy hippo.
And a Chinese man, apparently.
Yeah, the clothing.
So, Brown,
Is
what
that-
would he sound like talking?
I beg your pardon.
Brown, seeing as we're at the finale, why don't you
Oh.
come on camera and do the full Chinese expression?
I've got no lights. It's dark. And where is Master Son? No, Daniel-san. Moving on.
Oh, good God.
Oh,
Dead.
poor Saul.
Dead on Brenda.
Dry bummed, poor Saul.
But he did get a
Oh.
a Scandinavian warrior send off, didn't he? The old Viking burial.
Yeah.
What a fucking story. They blame the only person we might like in this show for everything.
Yep. Oh yes.
White
He's
man
dead, so
adjacent,
everyone.
let's not forget.
Yes.
Twisted his mind, you bitch.
Oh, best bit coming up, folks. Is everybody ready? It's coming, folks.
The love he had for her sister was a bit full on for my liking.
Yeah.
He nearly says he loves her, doesn't he? And then before he gets throttled.
He was about to.
Pedo.
You poor girl, you've been through so much. Fuck, she killed how many Jedi?
Jedi, I failed you.
Topical comment from absolutely Ruddy.
Cobra Kai out tomorrow. Get in.
Yeah.
I'm going to make. Is she going to make it right in season 2?
Why is she sending someone who's had her mind wiped? Obviously, all her training would have disappeared. Why is she hiring her to help?
She likes him young. I don't know.
He was a pupil of mine before he turned to evil.
Annie, I wasn't accusing you of anything.
And why is she
Right, it's like-
entrusting her with that information that a pupil of hers turned to evil? Because all that May has to do is tell that to another Jedi, and Venestra is screwed.
Go back.
No, there's one there. I know the gag you're going to do.
No, you don't.
He wants to do his Asian voice again.
Z, tense violin music playing.
Tense violin music playing, Saul.
I like that scene. It looks triumphant. Like we're meant to be celebrating that scene.
As viewers, what are we supposed to be thinking that they're thinking right now?
Oh,
what are the simps thinking?
They're drawing like cringy fan art of the two of them naked and saying how pretty they look together.
They're 3 fingers deep and they don't care what about the story whatsoever. That's, yeah.
It's Raylo all over again, isn't it?
Oh,
It is.
It's even worse. It's
Did,
fucking insane.
Can you go back a couple of slides?
Always for you, Z.
One
Is it
more.
this one?
One
One
more.
more.
One more.
That one?
No, but one more. One more.
Oh.
One
Let's
more.
get rid of this. Let's
One,
get rid of
one,
this.
Come
one
back to
more.
start.
He's taking us back.
One more. One more. One more. One more. Keep going. I had it on the tip of my tongue. One more, and then it went. So keep going backwards. Yeah. Right. Here's fine. So Venestra hasn't actually said that Osha is dead. But she's given a girl who's just had her mind wiped the fact that she's got a sister and her name. Wouldn't she automatically go looking for her?
And so the story starts afresh.
Oh my God. It's like we've come full circle. Now go to the surprise cameo.
Okay.
Don't say anything. It's coming. We've done dramatic music playing, Z.
What the fuck? Sorry, I'll let you do the music joke again. I'll be quiet.
Yes.
Is it done? What the fuck are they looking at? Like, they're trying to redo the scene of like Darth Vader and the Emperor watching the Death Star getting built, which is amazing. They're just looking at the sunset.
Plus, every scene we've seen before, it's pissed it down.
I thought it was more ripping off Rogue One, the ending of Rogue One.
Except, unfortunately, in this one, there's no massive explosion coming to kill them, which would have been really good. The Kylo Ren theme has been playing quite a lot musically as a theme throughout this show, especially when Smilo. Yeah, it's been several times. Whenever Smilo's in the scene, Kylo Ren's theme has been playing. Again, something that's come up in interviews because it's been spotted by a few people. And Leslie's been cagey about that. She said, yeah, there's something in that. And I've been sort of operating on the assumption all the way through that they'd probably kill their own canon at some point and make him the first of the Ren. I'll shut up then.
Don't spoil it.
I thought they were going to make him a Ren. But
is everybody ready?
What they're doing. I think they're actually just doing it because it is just a Reylo movement.
Everybody
That's
ready?
what they were going for. Onto your cameo. Go on then.
Everybody ready? Spoilers, folks. Spoilers.
Can we do it? Ready?
On 3 hours 30. Go.
Hey.
So did Venestra Rowe tell Yoda the truth? In which case, he knows that there's at least 2 Sith active and did nothing about it, or did she tell Yoda the same lie she told the Senate? In which case, she's a complete fucking scumbag.
And if she did tell Yoda, then he's the scumbag. If he knows the truth.
Yep. So how was it that Yoda was able to sense the death of Jedi during Revenge of the Sith, during Order 66, yet he wasn't able to sense the death of the Jedi on Brendok? And how is he not able to sense that Venestra is lying to him, or is about to lie to him?
Well, they're powerful witches. Didn't in Attack of the Clones, Yoda was able to sense Anakin slaughtering the Sand People.
Correct.
Yep.
But he can't sense 50 space witches being offed and an entire Jedi team of 15 people.
Because the implication is that the dark side of the Force clouds everything, but Venestra is not a Sith, so he should be able to tell that the bitch is lying.
Are you saying that the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities that some consider to be unnatural?
Potentially.
Oh, I'm sold.
This is supposed to be set 100 years or so before the rise of the Empire. It's a kind of Back to the Future Mr. Strickland moment with Yoda saying, "Has this fucker never had any hair?"
They should have given him a Jew perm.
Yeah, a nice comb over, couldn't he? Robohead, while we've got you, could you read this one out from one of our channel favorites?
I've learned that you've got to read these first before actually just diving in, just in case. The Nissan Dong. Nissan Dong? I'm not getting that right.
Nissan Dong!
Oh, sorry. I did it all wrong. I forgot. I gotta put the teeth in and I get the big rim glasses on before I say anything. That Yoda looks faker than Rennie's husband.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, good God. We've got Super Chat here, Bram. We should do this, really.
Yeah, we should do.
Go on, then.
I think Swappers in his best emp.
Oh, this looks a good one for Swappers.
Yay, Cooley in the chat for 1999 Imperial credits. Thanks to you malcontents, criminals, Easterphobes, and Platoon for watching this compost so I don't have to. Not sure what I'm going to do with my time now that this show has ended. Oh, wait. Rings of Power comes out eventually. Oh, shit.
Cobra Kai out tomorrow, apparently. So yes.
People are asking, Brown, what you going to do next week?
Oh, we'll sort something. Don't worry, we'll sort something.
Well, folks, that brings us to a close. We had a bumper
night, everybody. Take
session
care.
just
See you next
over
week.
3.5 hours. Well, look, before we go, Brown, I do need to go round our esteemed panel of guests because
Scores.
I need to know 3 things from each of our panel members. I need to know your score for this episode, your overall score for the Acolyte as an entire series, and where you place this in the realm of all Star Wars projects. So let's go to Master Niyat.
Okay, so I'll give the episode a 0.1. I'll give the series a 0.05. And I'll place the episode as the worst piece of shit in the entire Star Wars continuity.
Oh, below the holiday special, even?
Indeed.
Okay. Okay, he's not holding back on us there, folks. Swappers, what do you think?
God. I've seen the holiday special once and never want to see it again. And I agree. This whole series has been worse than watching that. At least that was made by the original creator of Star Wars, even though it wasn't supposed to be anything serious and wasn't supposed to fit into canon or anything. But this is a big stain on the franchise if you regard this as part of the continuity, which any sane person that enjoys Star Wars in the past isn't going to do. But just to know this exists it just gives you a pang of dementia and just the knowledge that Lucasfilm thought this was a good idea and Kathleen Kennedy greenlit it to begin with. There's absolutely nothing that redeems Lucasfilm and Disney now after watching this. We thought Ahsoka was bad, thought Obi-Wan was bad, and whatever else they've released, just terrible. Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian Season 3, just fucking atrocious. And they've actually outdone themselves, which I didn't think was possible. So this is scraping the bottom of the barrel scrapings. And I'd give it, I can't give it more than 0. The whole season is just worthless, and you get brain rot from trying to work it out. Obviously, it exists for some reason. It can only be down to money laundering and trying to keep some people in work, like Jedi Knight, Soy Boy, and whatever. But it's and getting Leslie Headland's wife on screen, she probably demanded that. But apart from that, I mean, geez, why did this happen? They could have saved 200 million and put it into so many other great projects, but they threw it all away on this absolute garbage. And I prefer to regard it as non-existing. So 0.
0. Okay. Z, any improvements? It's getting rather scathing comments. What are your thoughts?
Essentially, I'm giving this episode a 0, and the series 2 out of 10. It had potential to be great, but Lesbian Headlamps fumbled the ball and scored an own goal. This series should never have been made, and I've had absolutely more enjoyment talking about it than the series itself. The Acolyte represents the rotting corpse of Star Wars in a soulless corporate skin suit. It is quite possibly the worst piece of media they've ever produced since Disney took over.
Oh, wow.
Here.
Wow. A round of applause there.
Here.
Okay, not looking good. Brian, can you bring any more positivity to the table?
Well, I'm usually quite generous with my scores. But, oh dear. I'm going to give this episode a very generous 2 out of 10, purely for some occasional, and I mean very occasionally, adequate choreography with the lightsaber battles, or mostly they were pretty crap. Overall score for the series, again, paltry 2 out of 10. I think the only plus points for me was Squid Game's performance, and certainly I thought the standout. Can we say standout? Can I be that strong? Manny Jacinto's performance, I thought he did really well considering the absolute shit he was given.
Yeah, he's all right.
Where does it rank? To me, it ranks on a par with Ahsoka. I think they're both absolutely fucking awful, but for very different reasons. The hyperspace whales in Ahsoka just to me just ranks it fucking so low. It's unbelievable. It took a long time before this show actually annoyed me. I could put it on and it was just silly. And for a long time, I thought it was just a nothing burger. And some of the lore that they put in was actually could have been traced back to some of the EU books in Lucas's tenure. But then from then on, the damage it made, maybe after about episode 5, I thought it was really quite significant. As Swapper says, I would rather pretend this thing didn't exist at all. And the biggest question mark has to be, again, where the fuck did the 180 million go? It can't all be hush money, let's be honest.
Maybe they spent it on a very fancy camper van, Brian, like the old SNP. Who knows? Okay, politics side. Let's hear from our final two panelists tonight. Robot Head, can't wait to hear your overall thoughts on the Acolyte, your scores, and where you rank it.
I'm giving this episode 0. Because this was the last chance it had to make sense of anything. And I feel stupid giving any other episodes. I think I went up to about 3 to give myself some headroom, but the whole series I'm giving a 0. It's the worst storytelling I've ever seen of anything ever. I can't think of anything that's worse in how confusing it is, how characters just flip and flop, and we don't understand anyone's motivations, and none of it makes bloody sense. So I think it's absolutely terrible. And going in, I wouldn't say I had high hopes. It's Disney making Star Wars, but I'm surprised how bad it is. Like, it's after everything we've watched, like I thought Ahsoka was just terrible, and Obi-Wan just like destroyed that character. I thought it can't be worse. They're moving away from all the characters we know. They're setting in a different time. It can't get that bad. And I was wrong. I was surprised how bad it did get. They just hate the Jedi and they hate George's story, and they're going to do whatever they can to fucking destroy it. And they're doing a very good job of doing that. So, yeah, I would put it at the very bottom to even... Yeah, I would much rather watch anything else than this again. It's just unbelievably bad. So, yes, I'm going 0 across the board.
Wow. Yes,
and I want to add,
Jesus.
don't if there's more proof that they, and I never thought they did care, but that they don't give a shit about reviews online or give a shit about what anyone thinks.
Don't give a fuck.
This show proves it, because after all these years and toy sales going through the floor and no one buying anything and the criticisms they get, and then they tune this out, they do not give a fuck what anyone says. They're just going to keep doing this garbage.
Well, they put Toys R Us out of business.
Okay, well, that just leaves little Platoon. And what do you think, Ploots? What is your final thoughts and scores and ranking for this show?
Episode gets a 1. Show as a whole gets a 1. The 1 in both accounts is Squid Game's performance, because I quite like him. And that's the only thing really there is to praise. It's not, I don't think, as damaging as the other Star Wars shows have been, but that's only because nobody knew who these people were and it didn't destroy anybody that anybody quite likes. Obi-Wan was a bigger waste of potential.
Yep.
Boba Fett was a bigger waste of potential. Mando season 3 was a bigger waste of potential. All of those things probably matter more in the grand scheme of things. That being said, we are involving Darth Plagueis at this point, which is like the most incompetent person in the world going back and saying, hey, I know, I'll do a prequel to the Old Testament and recontextualize Jesus, which is not like a sensible thing to do. It's like, isn't there that old the old woman who tried to repaint that famous religious painting and turned it into some weird cartoon? It's basically like that. That's what's happening. But since most of that will be reserved for a season 2 if it ever gets one, I don't think it's that damaging just yet. So it's not as big a waste of potential in terms of its internal quality, though. It's absolutely at the bottom of the pile. I'd even rank it slightly below Boba Fett and Ahsoka. I think there were more beats that were set up and payoff paid off in both of those shows, and then this one just makes no sense. All the time you spend trying to work it out is wasted. But it's been fun to shit on it. So there is that.
Yes, well, Brownie, before I hand over to you to close up shop, I'll give this episode a fucking stinker of a 0. I'll give the overall thing 0.5. It was it swayed from being boring and slow to laughably incompetent. It peaked at the lesbian witches chanting music video nonsense.
Amazing.
And honestly, the worse this shit gets, the better it is to review. So that's the only positive I can drag from it. Brown, it's a wrap, but it's over to you, Brown. Give us your closing thoughts.
The male leads were really good. I was open to this being entertaining. It was, I think we'd all kind of bailed out after episode 3. It just got progressively worse after that. Episode 1 and 2 weren't particularly bad. I don't think it's as damaging as what Obi-Wan was. I think that's the stinker of all this. Just shite. I'm probably going to give it, because I can't be fucked, just 1.
He's giving it 1.
What a way to close out your own show, because I can't be fucked.
Yeah.
You was 6 hours. In fact, it was longer, actually. I think it was about 7 hours, 6-7 hours doing the slides for this, because it was... I opened the file, it said 45 minutes. I thought, fuck.
Brownie's like a ringmaster that hates the circus and all the acts.
That was my first... that was my first thought when I saw 45 minutes on the length. I thought, fuck. Sorry, folks.
Well,
but we've had a
Mega
great
Spider-Man...
time.
What's that?
We've had a great time, though.
We have. We've had a blast.
The greater the pain, the greater the pleasure at the other end of it.
Always. We really have had a good time with this. And we hope the man babies in the chat have too. Mega Spider-Man, I hope we answered your question. We got each of the panel to rank it there, and we pretty much worked out it's just about the worst or level worst, or certainly near the bottom of the barrel. You've got a couple more super chats. Brownie is
we're gonna do this one. Did we do this one then?
Don't think we did this one.
This one. Here we go. Look, did we do this? Was
I've
Star
literally
Wars?
just been referencing it.
Okay.
We just spent 10 minutes answering it.
Literally just referenced it heavily.
I've zoned out.
Flopmeister for 199 says, thanks, Brownie. Thanks, panel. And thanks, chat. You're very welcome, Flopmeister.
Okay.
And to finish us off, what better a way to go out than this? Here you go, Brown. All yours, this one.
Shall we just first of all say, chat, you've been wonderful this past, how many? 8 years? That's what it feels like. Sticking with us doing this. We've had fun, haven't we? So, chat, you are genuinely the best. Appreciate all the super chats, the interaction, and just turning up, listening to this shit every week. So, chat, you're the best. I'm going to thank the guests. Oh, and then we'll go out with the... all the way from the future. He turned up late. He got out of bed. Robot Head. Cheers, my friend.
Thank you for letting me be part of this, even if I do turn up late. It's been a pleasure. To talk to everyone. It's been a good time.
Great to have you on, mate. We'll just do it in screen order. The boy wonder himself, Little Platoon. Cheers, Lord.
Thank you, as ever.
Your videos are going to be amazing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, yes. Zee-ThreePIO. Cheers, Zee.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the wonderful panel and the amazing chat. And we've got the skeleton crew to look forward to at the end of the year.
Oh, yes.
It can't possibly get any worse, can it? Can it?
Probably. Not Brian. Great to have you back, Brian.
Cheers, Bryn. Much appreciated. Thanks also to Plute, Swampers, Niyat, Z, Robot Head, Ruin, and of course the chat. Thank you very much, people.
Mr. Brown Alliance. Cheers, Mr. Brown Alliance. Great to be on. Blah, blah, blah. Master Niyat. The boy, another boy wonder, folks. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, Brown. Thanks, panel. And cheers, chat, for the great time. Appreciate you.
Darth Kiplin. Darth.
Swappers, wake up, lad.
Wake up! Box sake.
I double clicked my mute button. Thank you to the chat for being here tonight. Those good old friends of ours that always seem to return no matter what shit we're spouting. And thank you to the panel. Wondrous company all evening, even though this show has been an absolute drip of camel shite. But I look forward to the next lump of dung that's coming out at the end of the year. Yes, the skeleton crew should at least be a marginally superior to this tripe, but we shall see. We shall see, Brown.
And last but by no means least, genuinely, folks, is the heart and soul of these. It is Ruin the Man, baby.
Well, we did it, Brown. Some people said we were crazy. Some people said we were racist, sexist, man babies. But call us what you want. But you know, don't say we don't put the effort in on a Wednesday night. And we got there, and we couldn't do it without the fabulous panelists, even those who bailed, such as Mega Geek after 3 weeks. Yes, and of course the fabulous chats. So I think it's one for the record books. This, isn't it, Brown? We really put a shift in, and we like to think we review this shit so you don't have to watch it. And yes, I look forward to taking the piss out of future terrible Disney products. But there we go. We got there, Brown. I just need a detox because my liver's about to pack in after all these drinking games.
Okay. Cheers, Root. We've got one
welcome.
final super chats. Common People Wrenched for 69 pounds. That is very, very, very real money, folks. I feel like Frodo at the top of Mount Doom. It's over. It's done. Good night, everybody.